Oh, you came and tucked your way into my heart. Oh, you look at me in ways I never loved. With you I know that this is all, so I don't need to take it slow. If you want me, then I believe that there's a simple remedy. We don't
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back to another wonderful, beautiful live stream, boyos. How's it going, everybody? Welcome, Jiruk. Welcome, Captain Glitterbeard. Beautiful fucking name, my dude. Don't put glitter in your beard, though. That sounds like it'll be a fucking mess and a goddamn have to deal with. Alrighty, boys. It is time for, you know what it is, a motherfucking 5v5 1v1 duels over on the NA side with the boys. Привет, как дела? Здорово, здорово, как дела? Мой друг. Hey boys, how's it going? The man, the myth, the legend. I'm not that legendary, to be honest. Like, if I was an item in World of Warcraft, I at most would be uncommon. I'm not quite, you know, the great quality piece of garbage you throw away, but not enough of like, hey, that's a really good piece of gear item. It's more like, hey, can this mog? No. All right. Well, I guess I'll vend it for about 64 gold. How's you doing, boys? Hope y'all having a good one. Hey, dudes. What's up, Kelt here? Hope you're having a good one, my man. Let me go back to the first song. I actually liked it a lot. Coven La Crime. I gave it like a French spin to the name. I don't think that's actually the name of the song, but there it is, boys. I actually like this tune. I actually quite dig it. I like this one a lot. I don't know why. Oh my god, finally catching you live. Oh my god, Levy Dollar, what's up? Ark, how you doing, man? Hope you're having a good one. Alrighty, boys. You know what we're doing for today already. We are joining for 5v5 1v1 duels. NA. Start making groups, boys. Start making groups. You're a Titanforge with a great lit. Maybe Titanforge out of LFR. That's where you find me. You don't find me in the places where this should be great. Just find me in the fucking under the garbage and be like, you know what? That's a gem right there. Sorta, kinda. Not the most expensive goddamn gem. I do, my dude. I'll be having a good one, man. Alrighty, boys. P-Blood. Are you starting some groups or not, my man? We're gonna need some groups for the NA. Alrighty, boys, logging on for some motherfucking NA duels today. Yesterday was EU. Yesterday was Friday. Today is Saturday. Oh, yeah. Wait, did I die while logging off, or did I log off and die? Did I log off while I was dead? Also, war mode still fucks me, doesn't it? Yeah, because I'm constantly PvP flagged, I guess, yeah? Night King got 5 perfect, my guy. We got Night King. We need a second person with a second group, boys. Who else got a group right now? Got 5 perfect, my guy. Perfect. Whisper me on real ID if you boys have a 5-man group. I'm gonna guess Night King is... No, that's Ice Chillbane, right? No. Chill Pills. Okay, you know I'm bad with names. You know I'm bad with names. Oh yeah, Frost DKs look alike. Alrighty, boys, player and Night King. So, invite spectator. Alrighty, boys. Ready, set, go. Hello? Again? Motherfucker. Alright. Hopefully they didn't bug out, dude. It probably bugged out. Hold on. We'll give it a second. We'll wait a sec. So pumped to see some dead elves. You don't like elves? What? Blood elves? Night elves? You just like them dead elves, huh? Bray probably was the kind of guy when Savannah said the goddamn cheering for you, were like, yay! Right? That's how it is? Is that how we do it? The fuck is going on? It's bugged. Hold on. I'll keep requeuing us against one another until it works. What's up, Sujuk? How you doing, man? Service, how you doing, my dude? Hope you're having a good one, man. Will it work now? Hopefully both of them are out of a queue. I'll give it a second. We want Spart? Med, get Spart in here. Is he online? Is Sparticle on? That is a good question. Is Spart online? He's not even online. Not even on here. There is Spart. It was an hour a while ago, dude. Man. Okay. Again. Let's do it again. Particle for the win. I want to get Spartan here. IDK if 2 of my duels affects it. IDK if 2 of my guys in a duel affects it. No, it doesn't. Be sure to be RQ. Make sure you are out of all queues. Make sure you are out of all queues. Unless those 2 guys that are dueling are just not taking the duel. Maybe they're just like, we have an invite, but no, we're gonna press accept until later. 1000% loyal for real though. What's up, Captain? I hope you're having a good one. Cannot wait to see some Valpera in these matches. One day, dude. One day. It'll happen soon, boys. Trust me. Invite. Hold on. Invite spectator match player Night King 5. Here we go. No, I think it happened because Night King had his shit in LFG. He still had his shit in Looking for People. Dude, I actually like the song a lot. Holy shit. Can I just reset it? Can I just reset the song? Would you guys mind listening to it again? Because I fucking like it. I think it'll be a great song to start the duels with. I just got a feeling, dude. I got a good feeling. Okay? Real quick. I'm kind of digging it. Alrighty, boys. Switch. This is the first game over on the NA. Who do we got? We got ourselves Team Blue with Instant Inferno playing that. I want to say Destruction Warlock. We got Karma GG4 playing a Monk. Playing a Karma. Pedro coming back as a Feral P-Blood. As a Subtlety or Assassination Rogue. He's been messing around. And Vexitech playing that Red Paladin. Yo, Pedro, looks like you're first. If you're not, however, though, be out of cat form and out of stealth. Chill Pills on Team Red. Playing as that good old Froskin. Never question that. We got Kazoo. Looks like he's going for Shadow as another Vengeance. We got ourselves the fridge! It is the fridge, dude! Santa Claus is back! And we also got Zanks here as well. We got the fridge, man! I love your name, dude! That's such a good mug. He's showing the goods, boys. He's showing the goods. Alright, good luck and a fun, everybody. Kazoo, gonna be out first. Where's Instant Inferno, Pedro? Pedro, better be out of cat form. Somebody tell him to be out of cat form and out of stealth while he's at it. Succubus getting hit on for Kazoo. Gonna be almost a case bolt. Actually, instead of case bolt, ended up going for a bit of a flat. Kazoo already getting to shred at Infernal in the opener. Get a massive annihilates back to back, dropping down that Infernal with one case bolt. Almost made it, but it's gonna be shot and melt out of Kazoo. Trying to go for a Cyclotronic to get interrupted on it. Shortest stun ever to trick it out of. So Instant Inferno still has a lot of cooldowns ready. He needs to get some damage going. Does he have a horror effect to follow? Fear onto Kazoo. He could shrink it out of it. Instant Inferno doesn't have any health. And Instant Inferno actually teleports while dead. What happened? You died while teleporting midway. And that's going to be Kazoo not letting Pedro catch the opener. He's just going to take that momentum of Metamorphosis and continue it on. Get a chicken out of Pedro in the opener. Gonna be a root out of Pedro, however. Looking to catch himself a bit of a reset. Playing that good old Feral strat. He's playing actually the very tanky version of a Feral, which is something we've actually seen a lot over on EU by no other than MML Prox. Prox plays a very tanky version of a Feral. So we'll see if Pedro's tanky version of Feral will be able to match up at least for a bit of damage. He likes kiting, he likes running across the beaches, and he likes casting regrowths behind a pillar. You should share those regrowths in front of other people's faces. Kazoo, don't look at that good anymore. Darkness coming down. Oh my god, I can't tell if that was Pedro with a massive bleeds or Kazoo just hit into thorns the whole time without being able to dispel him. Can't tell, but the fridge is gonna be up next. The boy, dude. The boy is here. Pedro is just gonna have to get the opener, man. He's letting you get the setup. He's not even playing the mind games with you. Maybe Pedro's waiting for a cooldown too. He does have a minute on that trinket, so you might just wait for the trinket to be back up. He does not want to be hit by the fridge, dude. The fridge. Is he actually? Are you actually gonna wait a whole minute? I mean, the fridge can go around and look for the eyes. Like, either way it works out, right? He's gonna get it open onto the fridge. He's gonna let it happen. Does have Underrod Trinket working for him. He's gonna get a little huge heals out of that opener. He's gonna get himself images up and running. Touch of Death to follow into the stun of Pedro. He's gonna get the biggest setup right now. The Touch of Death is gonna be huge. Fist of Fury to follow with a Whirling Dragon Punch. Does wall this Touch of Death, and it's gonna get massive heal with the renewal as soon as that Touch of Death takes down on him. Is trying to see if he can turn it around onto the fridge. That was a pretty big wall out of the fridge. So use it more offensively rather than defensively. He wants to increase his health in order to increase the value of that touch of death in order to see if he can just one-shot the Feral, but having the wall come up right as touch of death hits was pretty huge for Pedro. Trying to get a Cyclone onto the fridge, does not hit him without ring quite enough, though. He wanted to see if he could boop him. Trinkets out of that a little bit late, though. Out of that Cyclone is going to be able to zap a Rooney Pedro for a second. Needs to get himself another leg chip. He's trying to go for a bit of a self-heal now with those Crucibles, has images up and running, and it's looking to actually cut away from Pedro for a second. Looks like Pedro has the offensive pressure, does have a trinket back up, still has one more wall, so he still has a decent setup. The fridge, however, on the other hand, does not have a trinket. Karma is the only thing he has left. Good thing Pedro is heavier bleeds and dot damage, so he'll still be able to turn that damage around on him. Wall available in about 30. So the fridge can somehow catch him. Ooh, catches him in cap. But he does drop off the platform, does get him out of stealth, does put him back in combat with a Zapparoonie, so he's not going to actually be able to catch himself a Prowl, does send him with a Crucible to follow. That hot is going to be there, or dot is going to be there for a bit. Pedro has no way of catching a restealth unless he's very, very careful here. Can he get away far enough? Actually going to be another Zapparoonie instantly putting the Feral in combat. Ring of Peace is going to boop him out of there with a badge onto the fridge, forced to engage in combat, going to get a nasty bite onto the fridge, leg sweep to follow, instant trinket out of Pedro with a Fist of Fury to lock him down for a second. Does he go for Thorns? He actually goes for a little bit of a self-heal right now, has renewal back up if things ever go bad, and the fridge taking so much dot damage in the opener here. The blades for Pedro, just the strongest blades you ever seen, does get the images to get a bit of a zap onto Pedro, keeping him out in hell, out in the open. Fridge does have Karma, does have wall, does have everything he needs in order to deal with Pedro for now. Pedro does not have a trinket, so that is one advantage the fridge does have. If you can wait for his cooldowns back up, will he even survive it long enough? Fist of Fury coming out right now to lock down Pedro. He does go for a War Stomp. That's going to be instant karma for the fridge as his health dips low, and Pedro's just looking to disconnect from this monk for just a second. The monk is trying to min-max the pressure, decides, you know what, Vivify spam is all I can do. Pedro is looking to maybe catch a restealth. Not gonna, actually is gonna go for a restealth, catching him out in the open with a ring. Is gonna boop him out of the way. Maybe the fridge can get a KO or two. Does it juke out the Skull Bash. Thorns are available for Pedro. Perfect opportunity for the fridge. Chicken coming out very, very slow for him. Pedro does not have a chicken. Needs to pre-wall any of this damage. If there is going to be damage coming out of the fridge, does get a root on him a little bit early. Double kick available for fridge, but he's still not looking good. Might have to wall this right here. Probably should be walling ASAP. Vivify is still coming out. Does not have Karma, so he's in a bad position. Touch of Death is available. Does get a leg sweep in there too. Trying to maximize the damage of this Touch of Death. Going to be a pre-wall for Pedro, 100%. Going to try to minimize the damage of the Touch of Death. Has sweeping available. Has renewal if things ever go bad. The fridge try to go in for a setup, but that wall is way too big for Ferals right now. Does get a board juking away from the Feral though. 5 minutes in, 2% dampening. It's going to be a little bit harder for fridge to start to deal with the Feral. Has wall available still. Is going to boop him again. One is a juke. Second is a boop. What does he have for his tricks? Not going to get Skull Bash on his heal. Still has wall if things ever go bad. Fist of Fury locking up Pedro, doing quite a significant amount of damage. Rolling out as soon as he spots the Thorns on the Feral. Does not want to get the damage to reflect to hit him back from the damage he's putting out to the Feral. Has a trinket. Trinkets out of the bash immediately. Pedro thinking about his trinket. 5 seconds off, so he's going to have a trinket for the next setup. The fridge has still big bite lining up onto the Monk though. Monk is doing quite fine. Fist of Fury are available yet again. It's going to be a War Stomp to stop the Fist of Fury. Big bite to follow. The fridge is going to go for a Karma, as I guess he got a full reset for bleeds, and Pedro is going to go for a bit of a Swiftman. Full Vivifies are coming out for the fridge, actually landing a reflect back to Pedro, trying to go for a Cyclone. Does he get the kick out of him? Does actually get the kick at the very last second. Wouldn't be last wall for Pedro. Does have renewal up if he ever needs it. Trinket available as well. Fist of Fury not flying out just yet. That's actually going to be Vivify. Does land the Skull Bash even though the ring is in the middle. That's going to be Crucible onto the fridge right now. Thorns are up for Pedro. Has a trinket, things go bad. Haymaker to talk him out of the way. Does he trinket it? He does not. The fridge does get away from the Feral for a little bit. He could go for the port strat again. Does he have the ring? He doesn't have the ring. Shouldn't have it for a bit. Wall is needed here desperately as a big bite comes down onto the Monk. Wall is very much needed. Does he even use the wall? He's trying to see if he can survive without it. Is he going to use the wall for a massive Touch of Death? No wall available for Pedro for a second. Reset onto the fridge. Down does the on the raw trinket. Try to get him a bit of a heal. Down he goes. Pedro taking him out. Chill Pills is going to get a Chain of Ice onto Pedro. Keeps chaining him back to back. That's going to be a mobility advantage for the Feral, even though as it goes for a little bit of mobility. Oh, get hit with a stun. That's going to be actually a Rock Boy coming out for Chill Pills. Try to see if he can get a slow down onto Pedro. He needs to be aware of the Rock Boy and try to slow that down on the lowest side as best as possible. Chill Pills finally able to catch up to him, putting up Thorns, and that Rock Boy is going to get some freebie damage. Pedro, do you really want to do this? Wall at it. Try to see if he can just hammer the damage through. Does have renewal if things go bad. Does have Thorns up and running. Chill Pills does go for a little bit of a death pack right now just to gain a bit of of health, but continuing to pump damage into the kitty cat. The rock boy does dissipate, and Pedro's looking to catch a reset. Actually, you completely got a full new one. I was thinking he was going to get a reset and get away from Chilpas, but he's getting right back in there. Has plenty of health. Renewal got used already. A perfect opportunity for Chilpas now to get a bunch of death strikes off of Pedro. The blades are going to do quite a bit of number, and those cooldowns also for Pedro as well. Should be able to cycle through a lot of finishers, a lot of buys for Chilpas. That's plenty of healing every time Pedro gets any kind of cooldowns going. That's going to be a pretty big death strikes back to back, even without transfusion. And with transfusion, basically full recovery. Pedro can't go anywhere right now. Does not have a wall for quite a long while. Can at least power shift out of these slows from the DK, but he's going to get Remorseless Winter rolling. Trick us out of the bash shot to let the Feral get away. Got him super low. Needs to end the 0 right now. AMS up in case he gets hit with roots early on, and Pedro doesn't have any health left at all. Gets Thorns up and running, but a grip onto the cat, into the Remorseless Winter, into the storm that is Chill Pills. Does get the duel secured for him. Vexitech is up next, which is Chill Pills. Does get a death strike off of Vexitech, but is looking just to kite away from the guy. Hand of Freedom is being forced out of the Paladin into an IBF. Lynchborn actually coming out for Chill Pills. Has a Maledic rolling on, but he's trying to go through all the transfusion, death strikes, healing, starting to deal with this Maledic as best as possible. Trying to keep slows on the Paladin. Finally might be able to get himself a death strike here if he has a runic power for it. Oh, get a clap down by Vexitech. Wings available. Does get himself a Tempest Verdict in there. 100% crit, hard to deal with. And Zanx is going to be next. Zan versus Vexitech does open up with the Garrote. Is playing Assassination, going to be a kidney shot onto Vexitech. Are we going to see any cooldowns? No, it's actually just going to be double Crucible, which is going to make quite a bit of damage onto Vexitech. The dot damage is going to be quite huge. Forcing out that Shield of Vengeance. Vexitech is still holding steady with a Bubble, with a Bob. No trinket available, so Zanx might be able to actually utilize it to his advantage. Just trying to cut around Vexitech, let it does the work. Hodge coming out, trickets out of it, as Vexitech does get a Wake of Ashes. Kidney shot completely DR'd, however, so that's not going to work out for Zan at all. Does get a Vendetta rolling, hoping to force out Bubble or Bob out of Vexitech. Satan Trinket coming out. That's going to be Zan actually dropping down in health. That's going to be one of his Crucible, I think, not Crucible, his, what do you call it? Undulating Tides? Procking, giving him the shield, but no longer is he going to have the damage buff procs for it. If you wanted to go for a bleed dot heavy playstyle, which with Crucible he might be able to do so. Vex is going to go for a mount up. That is Bubble out of the Paladin. If Zan can wait out a little bit of time here, he might be able to get Vex down, get through the Bob, but that's going to be Trinket, Bob, and Shield of Vengeance, as those things are going to come out at a different time. Does that a road, and Vex backing up for a second just to get some range damage onto Zan, force it out. The Smoke Bomb does stun the Rogue, and that's going to go for Execute Sentence. Does he have the damage to follow up? Does not have wings, but still a lot of pressure out of the Rogue regardless. Zan using blind onto Vex right now, and Vex is deciding, you know what? No Trinket, not going to Trinket. No Bob, don't want to use it. Don't want to use it. Shield of Vengeance is going to be available for him at a later time, so Zan needs to gain some heals, needs to get that Vendetta ASAP. It needs to start getting more pressure onto Vex, and there goes that Undulating Tide, straight proc, and immediately his shield comes down. Vex's shield goes up, and it bursts back into Zan. That's going to be a safe to Trinket. Vex is just trying to wait it out for a little bit. While evasion is up, he still has a lot of damage as that as a Paladin. The evasion does nothing for him. Maledic to follow, leaving you off without any heals, and literally one judgment would end you. Didn't even need a judgment. That's going to be Shadow, the last man standing on Team Red. Trying to see if you can shred through Vex. That's going to be a Bob. Dispels it immediately. Taking out the Paladin in an instant. And that's going to be Karma GG port. Shadow does have all cooldowns. It still has plenty that he can work against Karma and against P-Blood. That's two people, but as a Demon Hunter with all that healing, you still might stand a chance. Lexu coming out by Karma GG port is going to go for as much burst as possible. Not using Touch of Death here yet. Does force a Trinket out of Shadow though. So next setup with a Lexu will be a guaranteed Touch of Death. Going for Touch of Death a little bit early, actually. This time in this time out of Karma GG port onto Shadow, and Shadow's gonna go fly up in the air. Does take a damage to the Touch of Death, and Karma can't go anywhere else. Has to run into the room. Does take a couple Fell Lances. Keeps getting pelted by Fell Lances. That's not a real wall by the looks of it. And that's gonna be Karma super low, forcing out of Karma onto Shadow, looking to catch him in a Fist of Fury. Not gonna happen as Shadow bails out of it immediately. Imprison onto Karma. Very, very short imprison. Spinning Crane Kick to follow for Karma though. However, does roll out of that ramp as Darkness comes down. Stun onto Karma GG port. Get him blasted by I-Beam. Blade Dance. So Nihilus going back to back with, it's going to be also Crucible. Looks like Karma isn't looking that good right now. Fist of Fury coming out as last ditch defensive for him. Needs to get a heal. In cap onto Shadow. Does board away. Trying to catch a Veilfire too. Is he going to be able to get any of those heals? Going to get slowed down by the Glaive most likely. And this is going to continue running, continue trying to get away from the Demon Hunter. Does get hit with the disarm into a stun. Shadow doesn't have anything to stop the damage here, to stop the health for Karma. Can't really finish him off just yet with that disarm. So Karma does get to survive for just an extra few seconds. Shortest stun in the world. Karma doesn't have any cooldowns now. Crucible ends up taking him out. P-Blood is the last man standing on Team Blue. It comes down to Rogue versus Demon Hunter, and Shadow getting aggressive. He's not letting that Rogue start in stealth. He's just going to hit him with an Imprison after catching him out in the open with a Glaive, and that's going to be P-Blood. I think he's playing subtlety here, so that's going to be quite a bit of a challenge here. The Shadow does have a Trinket, and the first setup by P-Blood is going to 100% be Trinketed down for. Shadow still might stand a chance though. Kidney Shot coming in, trinkets out of it immediately. P-Blood is not going for huge damage. He's just trying to get some eviscerates back to back, doing quite a value damage onto Shadow. Going to be stunned onto P-Blood, trinkets out of it, has blind, has vanished, has everything he needs to. That's actually going to be found out of stealth for a second. But no, Shadow does not fight him. He was on top of him. He used Vengeful Retreat to slow him down in place, hoping that will be enough to get him out of stealth, but it's not going to be. Shadow is now caught out without a trinket. P-Blood needs to make sure he has his combo set up properly. Cannot make a mistake here. This is his game to lose. Big O, Mark for Death Eviscerate, a little bit of damage. Cheap Shot to follow, does land it at the end. That was his game to lose, and he ended up not losing that one at all. Very well done for Team Purple, I believe, right? Or Team Yellow? Team Blue? Team Red? Whoever was team with P-Blood. Good job for those boys. We can go again, boys, yeah? I'm down to go again. Let's get another group going, boys, yeah? Let's go. That was actually quite good, dude. Did Petra really play most of that game? Big bites, big rips, big rakes, concentrated flame. Does he have another procs? Dude, he should be running all the proc for dots, man. Because he does so much dot damage. If he ran other traits for procs, that'd be huge. The fridge though, dude. I was hoping the monk would get it. You look hilarious. Alright, we're gonna wait for player. Unless we got somebody else with a group, yeah? If you guys know how to make groups, and you guys want to make some groups up and running, you're more than welcome to, by the way. US, how many have we done these? 40? Wow. Yeah, we gotta catch up to EU now, because the EU caught up to NA easily. Need two-hand frost? I know, right, dude? I'm hoping for two-hand frost coming Shadowlands. Druid was feral or balanced? The Druid? Feral, obviously. He was a cat for the whole time, man. Sav, you got a group? You got 5? Perfect. We got Night King versus you real quick. Sav and Night King 5. Beautiful. Beautiful. We gotta get our dual mix going, boys, yeah? I'll skip that song. That's a decent one to start with. My bad, lol. Oh, are we redoing? Are we resetting? Okay, we'll reset it. Was you listening? Yeah, you're good, you're good. Sav and Night King, here we go. It's probably gonna get bugged again, yeah? Okay, hold on. Now, it actually might be clean. Hold on. Now this might be clean, because I think it took everybody out of a queue. Maybe. 2 more for Horde? There we go, my guy. Hey Dal, can you look at my outlook and give me some pointers towards what to look for as far as maybe trinkets and maybe stats to dump and look for? Yeah, Sable, I'm down, my guy. If you want to link it down in general or in WoW discussion and tag me with your armory character, I'll take a look at your rogue on stream and tell you what's up. What's up, Boomus? How are you doing, man? You want to make a group? Hope you're having a good one, my guy. I saw you've been hanging out on not going through. Hold on, let me go again. Let me delist myself. Maybe that'll do the trick. So someone's already queued, then we accepted. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, it's bugged, Night King. Sav and Night King, I'm gonna try to get you guys queued. I'm gonna have to keep re-queuing until it works. But yeah, if you guys want to link your character in general or WoW discussion tab and link me, or like tag me, like at me in Discord, I can take a look at your tunes, dude. Out the rogue, I can tell you what's up. Any other class of spec? I won't have the best info, but I'll tell you what I know. Although outlaw questions. I'm your boy, dude. I'm your boy. Yeah, I couldn't get the link for Discord, but also there's a link down below. Not going through. Nope, not going through. Let me try again. Let me delist. Invite spectator match Sav and Night King 5. Here we go. Maybe it'll work this time. It did. Okay. It's really RNG whether it works or whether it doesn't sometimes when it gets bugged out like that. So all I can do, like I wish I knew like if I could fix it. But all I can really do is just keep queuing until it finally works, because eventually it does work. But yeah. So as long as you guys have some patience, we'll get the games going, you know what I mean? Did you make a PvP community? Like a community for you to join for 5v5 1v1 duels? What would I call it? Dalaran PvP community? 5v5 1v1 community? That'd be cool, yeah? 5v5 1v1 community? I think that'd be cool. Because I wouldn't want to put my name on it. I feel like that's too pretentious, right? But if we call it the 5v5 1v1 community, that's what we do here, right? 5v5 1v1s. Switch. What do we got? We got ourselves Avicii! Yo! Hi there, my boy! Hope you're having a good one, my man. Why is it? Okay, here we go. Now it's zoom in. How you doing, my boy? We got Avicii on team below with Claus. Wait, Claus Jr. You look like you should be on EU with the name Claus. We got Kiwi in here. We got Twinkle Twink. TT. We also got Zulalo playing as a Boomy versus Chill Pills on Team Red with Frost DK, Kazoo as a DH, Peachy going up as a Feral going up first to Shadow as another DH, and Zan X Sap coming out into Peachy. As Trickle Wink is gonna have to be. Are you playing a sub? Look at that sub weapons, man. Open it up with a good old Shadow Strike, getting a Nightblade onto Peachy. Does not want to use a stun until Peachy gets out of cat form. So getting away from Peachy, landing a Shadow Step would be perfect if he's ever able to. Does he have a Nightblade rolling? Getting some procs onto Peachy, but Peachy's gonna get himself some nice reset. Could go for a Moonfire onto Twinkle. Ooh, landing a cheap shot as Peachy is the one trying to get the opener, and it's gonna go for cheap shot spree right here. Mark for the Viscer's coming out back to back, dropping Peachy down to half his health, forcing out a renewal and a wall. Trinket coming out of Twinkle Wink here. Twinkle Twink. As Peachy does land him in a couple dots, couple blades and root, and it's gonna go for a bit of a reset. Cloak Shadows, no, actually going to be not even advantage, actually a reset coming out for Twinkle Wink. No evasion available. Does get an opener, or does get Peachy out of stealth with that Crucible. However, the blades are looking pretty heavy, and that's gonna be Thorns up and running. Does get a cloak for those Thorns. Could get Peachy quite low, and maybe even blind after. Peachy still holding on to Trinket. Do the trick of this here. They could. Oh, they do Trinket. Tried to see to confuse Twinkle Wink. He does get himself a bit of a heal somewhere. He does have a Warlock Hellstone. That's what it was. Because he had Roses saying like, ha. Like when the rogues raise their hands up in the air like that. It's either they're using something, which is a Warlock Hellstone, or the Trinket. But it's gonna be, oh, Crucible at Twinkle Twink. Not having an easy time with Peachy. Maybe if he has, since he has a Crucible of his own, he could go for a bit of a heal. Gonna be restealed by Peachy, however. Could try to go for a bit of an AoE to try to see if he can find it. Peachy tried to see if he can sneak into the arena. Does land the opener onto Twinkle with a bite to follow. Looks like the blade should be enough. Does get himself a little bit of a concoction. Mark for Death ready on Peachy. Crucible smacking him for quite a lot of damage. Has a Mark for Death on Peachy ready though, but he doesn't have a way to reset off of Peachy using that Crucible defensively. Might want to AoE here. Does fall into stealth for a second. Almost finding Peachy. Does have Shadow Blades ready right now. Peachy no longer has a Trinket. Bash coming out. This way he needs to go for a big setup right now. I don't think he might have enough. They're just trying to definitely make it happen. Getting a bunch of Eviscerates. Triple stun back to back into Peachy. Thorns were up and running for Peachy, I think, for maybe a second or so. I don't know if he removed them right after, but it's going to be Twinkle Wink out in the distance. Does not have blind anymore. Rigrosa coming out. Does get to throw a few weapons at Peachy, keeping him in combat at least. Twinkle Twink does still sit in a root. Is going to have to go for a little bit of a self-heal. Peachy no longer has a dot on him, so he should land a clean re-stealth onto Twinkle Twink. Does get himself another Warlock Hellstone. Going to Sap for a second. Does get AoE'd out. Peachy gonna eat those stuns every single time. Twinkle Twink needs to make the Eviscerates happen. Here, cheap shots are happening. Does have still charges of Shadow. This Mark for the Eviscerate stun while coming out onto Peachy. He's actually not given an easy route with this rogue. Does hit him with a root for a second. Evasion's up for this rogue. He's gonna bail away from him for a second while he's rooted. And Twinkle does get to come out of the root for a second. If he can keep Peachy in combat somehow, he still might be able to catch him in a reset. Peachy going to the bad form. Trying to wait him out. Are you in reset? Looks like he might be going for a reset himself, actually. Peachy is definitely going to go for a bit of a re-stealth here. That's what I see him. No, hits him with the Moonfire, I think. Not going to be able to catch a reset. So Twinkle Wink is going to be able to at least get a setup. Oh, Peachy goes for a Shadow Belt. Trinket out. Twinkle sound onto Peachy. Trinket's out of his back. Going to be blind onto those Thorns. He does catch him out without a Trinket. Can go for a triple sap. If Twinkle Twink has any cooldowns available, he might be able to get a setup. That's going to be Peachy out in the open. Twinkle Wink is going to have the best setup here. Needs to get the most amount of damage using a Crucible defensively. He's hoping for a long-term fight. Does not have evasion. Has a vanish. Has a Cloak of Shadows if needed. Does not get a stun into Peachy. Where's it going to Baron for him? This is going to be very unfortunate. He's trying to bail his way out of the arena, out of that area. Trying to wait out for the GRs, and Peachy has to go for a stun, though. I think he was trying to see if maybe he can shake him off. Maybe he forgot the ZRs. Still popping a Trinket. Trying to do whatever damage he can. Short stun onto Peachy. He might be able to just do as much damage, keep Peachy's health low, and then stun lock him, maybe. Maybe that's exactly what he's going for. It does get a faint rolling. Thorns are up. Peachy is actually going to get Shadow stepped on. Kaz, a Cloak of Shadows, is going to pop a Cloak of Shadows, get a dot rolling into Peachy. Does catch advantage. Can he go for a sap over that advantage, though? He might be able to, maybe. Peachy is still on him. Cheap Shot coming out for Twinkle. Does he have anything left? Warlock Hellstone coming out right after. Does have a stone into Peachy. Nibel to follow. Mark for the kidney. Going to be half a kidney. Again, just extending the game himself. Shadow step into an ally. Trying to see if he can get away. Peachy is looking to just bail out of there for a second. Baby catcher restyle. Doesn't want to run into next to Twinkle. But it looks like the dots are still going to be there on the rogue. Is he gonna go for a full reset right now? He's like running all the way to the other side. Really? What's he doing? This is why we're like, come on, look at this rogue, boys. Look at this rogue. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Twinkle Wing might have gotten himself another Warlock Hellstone. And Peachy back up into the Feral. Looks like both of these two decided to go for a full reset. Maybe somebody on Team Twinkle Wink was attacking Peachy or something? I don't know what happened. Somebody said or not on their team. Thorns coming out immediately for Peachy, trying to get Twinkle to just attack all that damage back into Peachy. He's getting too far away sometimes as a rogue, it feels like. And Peachy, ooh, Shadow stepped on, not letting him go too far out, keeping him in combat, not letting him re-stealth, bash on a Twinkle, he triggers out of it with an evasion. Peachy, he's gonna take a lot of damage here, goes into bear form just to take that damage and just hold on to it for a bit. Has a trinket if things ever go bad, using Crucible at Twinkle that will go through evasion, being magical ability. Catches a Shadow Melt, reset onto Twinkle, getting some major blades in there. Cheap Shot onto Peachy. That's gonna be quite a bit of damage actually, dropping it to half his health. Is gonna get, trying to get another stun in there, didn't quite get it before Wall came out with the renewal as well. And that's a Lala, and everybody else actually wants to get a close duel. 5 minutes in, this could be going either way. Twinkle trying to wait until the DRs for stuns are back up. Blind on the Peachy, trinkets out of it, trying to juke around on Twinkle, trying to min-max the damage before the rogue was thinking he was going to get a clean reset. Shadow step into Zalala, but it doesn't even matter. Down he goes. He killed him, I think, with a Moonfire too. And Peachy gets that one out of the way. Who is up next? I think it might be Claus, or I can't tell who's next actually. That's what happens when people crowd like that. Demonic Game is setting up for Claus, and it looks like he is going to be next. Playing the Demonology. Demons for days. Okay, it's going to be very, very interesting. I don't think we had Claus. Is that Claus Jr.? Is that Kyle Jr.? Is that Kyle Jr. and his Warlock decided to change it up a little bit? Stun onto Point. Peachy gets a second stun with that Fellord, looking to bail out of there for a bit, and Claus not going to be able to get the most damage. You're just going to run away from the Fellord like that. So Claus will still get himself, because I see Junior part, right? I just connected the dots. It might be Kyle Jr. That's Claus Jr. Maybe his like alter ego is going to summon a new Felguard while the other one is rooted. Peachy catching himself a clean reset here, and Claus is going to have to go for a full setup. Peachy no longer with the chicken, actually going to stun him as he gets an opener onto Claus, trying to get the pets up and running. Core effect to follow. Does he go for a big pet setup? He's actually going to sacrifice his imps, so there's going to be Crucibles coming out for Peachy. Claus needs to get himself a little bit more Shadow Bolts and Soul Shards in order to get a bunch of hand or cooldowns off. Is that what he's going for? What build does he play? He does get himself a Demonic Tyrant. That's going to be quite big. No stun to lock Peachy down during Tyrant though. But it's not like he's really going anywhere. Wall coming out for Claus. Stun onto Peachy while he's next to the Tyrant. Safety chicken proc it out. Claus repositioned for himself for a better setup. He's going to get a shot of Fury. Missing Peachy for just a second there actually. Peachy just kept on running along. And that was a Tyrant. That was quite a bit of damage on a Peachy. This is where Claus, I think, needs to save that pet stun in order to make sure there's a stun to lock down Peachy. He's going to sit him with a... He shot him out of that horror! What was that? Big bite coming down for Peachy. The owl play. Fear trying to come out for Claus. And down he goes, taking a Warlock out. What a Shadow Melt just now. He saw that Shadow Melt. He had the time to press Shadow. I can't believe it, dude. How is that an ability? Now, Vinci is going to be yet another rogue up and running. Peachy is having to go through these rogues. Had to go versus sub-rogue. This time, it's an assassination rogue. That's going to be a little bit tough here. It's going to be just a little bit tough. Everybody's here ready. They're just kind of all over the place. I want to get a better view of this. I'm fine with that, dude. I'm fine with that. As long as you guys are letting them have the room. As long as you guys are not on top of them or hiding them or whatever, man. I get it. Everybody wants to see it. I think the best way to see it would be to look at the stream because you can get the in-depth look. Gonna be Sap on the Peachy. Got Road to follow. This is an assassination rogue this time. A lot better sustained damage. Lots of pressure through that Vendetta. Kidney shots are extra deadly because that kidney shot with the bleed alone is gonna be huge. Peachy getting hit with the kidney shot is gonna check it out of it immediately as he gets a more cooldown set it up out of Vinci. Look like it's gonna be Vendetta though. Is it? I kind of have to look for Vendetta because it doesn't show up on a rogue buff. Usually it'll be fire around people's nameplates when they are bursting, but with a rogue, yes, it is Vendetta actually. There is. You see the skulls emanating from him? The skulls, that's Vendetta. So that's going to be Vendetta out of the way for Vinci as Peachy literally ran from Vendetta. Evasion is up and running. Does not have a Cloak of Shadows to break the roots. Could go for advantage. Doesn't go for advantage. Does get a Maledict onto Peachy though. Gonna lock out a little bit of healing as long as the dots are doing work. Peachy trying to struggle through the Maledict. Is able to Swiftman through a portion of the Mali, but that's about it. Does get himself a regrowth going early. Is trying to go for a bit of food immediately. Look at him. Vinci needs to stop that food, eat as soon as he can. That's going to be Peachy catching a stealth. Could get an opener onto Vinci, put some bleeds up, and maybe even land a root on him right after. Vinci needs to stay mounted. Peachy will probably stay mounted the whole time just to catch up to the Feral. Because like Peachy, he's just waiting for the guy, man. He's just waiting for him. Is he going to go for full reset? 10 minutes and 31% dampening. Going to make it harder for anybody to kill. And Vinci look like he's going to be mounted up. Perfect opportunity for Peachy because he knows he's not going to mount up and then go for a fan right afterwards. Eventually landing that mark for that kidney shot. Thorns are up and running early. Eventually he's going to take quite a bit of the Thorns damage, but trying to do what he can to Peachy. Got him low in a blind. If he can catch a full reset with a sap, he will definitely have it here. Will not have a mark for that kidney anymore. But as long as he can get maybe a Garrote, 2 common points already on Peachy, Garrote into kidney without breaking the sap. Maybe we'll have to open up with a cheap shot in the opener. Garrote is gonna have to go for a reset with cheap shot. DR cheap shot, however, Peachy does have the opportunity to wall off of that though, and eventually having to go for a feint, and that's all he can really do. Gonna land a root onto Vinci and keep him there for a second as daggers are getting thrown at him. All he can really do at this point is maybe get himself a little bit of a setup with this spell for the poisons and get himself a redo here. Vinci is going to have to mount up. It looks like Peachy is going to land the opener. Oh, got into stealth. Getting shot by the rogue. Trick it out of it immediately. Bashes on Vinci. Trick inside of it to follow. Has Cloak of Shadows available if he wants to deal with those thorns. Actually, it looks like did Peachy cancel his own thorns? I think Peachy is canceling his own thorns by accident. He's so used to playing against Demon Hunters where he wants to put up thorns and then make him waste a global dispelling. Nothing. Not giving him a resource. And down he goes with a dodge. That was all it took for the rogue. Next up is going to be Demon Hunter Kazoo getting interrupted on his I-beam to follow. Try to see if he can catch up to Vinci. Does not have a shadow step to follow for it. Is going to get a couple Nihilus, Blade Dance to follow. Evasion's up for Vinci right now. Does get a poison bomb onto Kazoo, but still the Demon Hunter tough exterior with blur and with all the healing. It's going to be very difficult to deal with. Evasion is not really going to save you. Cloak of Shadows right before the Crucible struck him and is looking to maybe get himself a little bit of line of sight away from Kazoo after that kidney shot with a Shadow Step. Kazoo not letting him go anywhere. Cannot even get slowed by the poisons barely. And looks like he's trying to get himself a stun into an I-beam. Interrupt coming out by Vinci. Kazoo's just looking to finish off Vinci right afterwards. Kiwi is up next. Got himself a big old Zapparoonie ready to go. Flame Shock rolling onto Kazoo. Just needs to get a stun onto the Demon Hunter. Dropping down a big old meatball on him into a stun right now as the pet and the shaman are obliterating the guy from every angle. Crucible to follow. Does he have an Earth Shock right after this? Knocking him back and taking him out. Kiwi taking him on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Zan. Yo, Zan, no. If you guys are going to be running around the middle of the arena, when you're next in a duel, run all the way back to the entrance, then come back to the duel. Like, for example, if, let's say, Shadow is next after this rogue, if he dies here, Shadow would have to run all the way back to the entrance, then start from the entrance as the duel begins. You can't be starting from the middle, dude. That's not part of the rules. Get out of here with that. If you want to get up close to watch, you can, but you can't be starting right in the middle of the goddamn arena, sneaking up on Kiwi like that. Kiwi didn't even get a moment here. Does get a wall as a kidney shot coming out, but I think that might be the end here with Kiwi, as the Crucible follows up with Zan, getting an early opener here. Zulalu, however, is next to the door. So Zalala wants to hit you with a Moonfire as soon as the Shaman dies. Perfectly allowed. You got to be watching that position. Looks like Zalala got a massive leap right on top of Zan. Going to be a Cloak of Shadows. Is going to be able to get away from those Star Surges back to back. Chicken coming out for Zalala. Beating a blind to follow. 13 minutes in. 51% dampening. Zalala's going to have a hard time. Incarnate is up. Thorns are up. So actually it's kind of out of all cooldowns to deal with Zan for the time being. Does he go maybe for a Thrash? Well, in Cat from to see if he can AoE him out. Does get hit with a Sap. Barskin is all he has, and Zan is out in the open. Yeah, you can't be doing that, boys. Yeah, that's why I like you guys just hanging out at the start where chill pills is at. If you all want to get up close, be out of the way of everybody. And if you want to be out in the open, you gotta make sure to start from the start of the arena when you actually start. If you watch me, for example, right? Get the shot came on Zalala. Nothing happens. Ace is playing the slow game here. Every time I've been doing the duels and I'm participating, I'm the guy in the middle watching. But as soon as a guy on my team dies and I'm next, I'm gonna run all the way back, then rush at somebody. I never open up in the middle, dude. Never see me do that. You guys can do that either. That's the least of the rules we can have. So whoever's a competitor, depending where you win, depending where you fight somebody, that is something you also got to account for. Got Road coming out onto Zalala for a second. Cyclone coming out for... Why would you cyclone the Rogue? He's actually going to check it out on Cyclone and interrupt you on the heel. Zalala barely has any health left. Does have a Rock Boy, I think, right now. No, Rock Boy is for Zangs, actually, and that's going to be enough. Wait, maybe his Rock Boy was for Zalala. Either way, Zalala went down. Man, Peachy did really well, by the way. Really well played. Avinchu, very well played. Kiwi, very well played. And Twinkle Tink, very well played, dude. That cheeky rogue. I know, right? Get out of here with that. What's up, guy? Hey, my man. Yo, Dalaran. Anyone hit me up with the BS Walker weapons? Is an underwater weapon for PvE? Yes. Underwater weapon is insanely good for Windwalkers for single target. Yes, I think you'll like that one a lot. That's a really good one. Or anything that gives you prime stats, but for PvE, underwater weapon, or another one that's a good one is Diver's Folly. That one can do a lot of damage when it procs. It's great for AoE as well. Alrighty, I actually got, while you guys setting up your groups, one of y'all asked me, hey, can you take a look at my rogue character? See what it look like. Chill pills? I'm gonna hit decline because I can't join groups. Appreciate that. Yo, let's take a look at you. Void Elf, nice crown. 405 Fathom head cover, Deadshot Ace, Blood of the enemy. Keep it what's about you, Undulating Tides. What is that cloak? What is that effect? You see that? What is that? Is that a cloak? That's a big ass cloak. Crit haste, okay. That's a lot of haste. Keep your wits, Undulating Tides. Deadshot Ace up your sleeve. They actually don't get the worst traits ever. Is Undulating Tides the best one in that row? Because you got 2 Deadshot and 2 Ace. One more dead, one more Ace would be insane. You talk about PvE here, right? PvE. Change from Vigor to Deeper Strat. Keep Dance and Steel for AoE Cleave or Blade Rush for single target. Everything else is fine. Your stats. Lots of haste. Where's the haste coming from? What is this? Crit haste. PvP shrink. Is that PvP build? Are you trying to look for a PvP build or PvE? I'm going to guess PvE. Dungeons and Raids. Put a socket in these things. Versatility. How much crit do you have actually? Crit. Put crit. You got 90% crit. Holy crap. Crit haste. Crit haste mastery. Nothing you can do about that. Haste versatility. Nothing you can do about that. Master versatility. Haste mastery. You got a lot of mastery gear. Yeah, so that you got to get more critical strike. At least a 20% or so. We got to get 1,000 points of crit. Then you also need a lot more haste. And mastery is pretty high up. Haste is also really high up. If you can swap any pieces of gear for a similar item level, maybe like 5-10 item level difference that drops haste, gives you verse or crit, that'll be best. The rings need to change, or you got to put a versatility or crit, one verse. Let's do one verse, one crit enchant on them weapons. What did it look like? Versatility haste and versatility haste. That's not the bad weapons. Again, lots of haste in your gear. Nothing you'll be able to do about it. That's a very verse heavy setup. If you are doing Dungeons and Raids, this trinket is not amazing for it, but it gives you stats, so I guess it's better than nothing. That's a decent trinket for single target. Just about anything would be better than this. If you are PvP, however, how much haste do you have? 18. You would need like 25% haste for PvP. And more verse. And more verse. As much verse as you can have. Decent trinkets for PvP though. Decent setup. You could swap out. Keep your wits about you for PvP. Again, you didn't specify if you were dungeons, raids, what kind of guy. Deeper strat for sure. Swap out vigor. You don't need vigor. You got 2 ace. That'll let you do more damage. Decent setup, my guy. I'm gonna guess the blood of the enemy means you want to do some dungeons. We got ourselves Sav. We got player as well. Let's get Sav and player in here because player has only got to play once. If you guys want to make some groups on 5V5 1v1 DUELS, by the way, you guys know how to do it. But if you don't, most of you guys should know how to do it. But if you guys want to make some groups for 5v5s or want to join some 5v5s today, play pyramid groups, custom PvP, find a group, type 5, enter to see if there's a group up and running on Alliance and Horde on NA today for 5v5 1v1 DUELS. If you guys don't see one, you can always start a group called something like 5v5 1v1 DUELS on Alliance and Horde. Advertise that you have a group up in the chat, letting everybody know. Get 4 people in your group. Make sure you have 5 add me on reality, and I'll kill you guys against one another. How does that sound, yeah? Alright, let's get player versus Sav, because those guys haven't got to play against one another yet. So we'll try that now, yeah? Hilden Melfi, is that Roxanne? Holden? Yeah, Moscow. Yeah, just make sure you start at the beginning of the arena, man. You're more than welcome. Actually, yeah, let's just let's just do this. Let's go back to the OG rules. Stay in your starting area until it's your turn to play. Let's do that. Let's do that. It just makes it less messy. How does that sound? OMB tag? Alright, it sounds good. Not a cloak is the entrance to of the cavern. Not a cloak. It is the entrance. Oh, that background? That was... Oh, okay. It looked like a part of a cloak, honestly. That's the artwork in the picture. Looks like it fits the cloak, honestly. I don't know why. The blue fits the cloak in my opinion. Yeah, my link in Discord sounds good, dude. I think I gave you as best of a setup as I could, my guy. If you guys got more rogue stuff, feel free to link them in Discord, man. I'm always there to review you guys. Help you guys up here and there where I can. But yeah, you're not going to be doing amazing damage with that advice. Switch. But you're going to be doing some. More than what you were at. Team Red is missing... Oh, never mind. They got a Ghost Rider in here. Incoming Ghost Rider. We got ourselves a bogey on the screen over. We got ourselves a Comma GD port as well. We got a Pedro. We got P Blood going up first. Or we got Vextech. Yo, P Blood, go back to your room. Go back to the starting room, man. Go back to the starting room. Gonna be Twinkle Wink versus Vextech. Gonna be Vextech. Gonna be a trick as he's playing that Outlaw Rogue. Alrighty. Try to see if you can Outlaw Rogue the Judgment, dude. So it's literally a cop versus an outlaw. You got the paladin who's judging the unworthy, the scum of the earth, and then you have the outlaw rogue stealing his appearance. He's stealing identity. Identity theft. That's the outlaw rogue favorite ability. Twinkle Wink. What setup do you got going on? It's gonna be Hodge coming down. Does Vextech have waste? He's trying to see if he can smite this rogue off the face of the world. Does he get a big jumpers? He does go for a huge jumpers. Forcing out, cheat death out of Twinkle, but he does get to get away scot-free for just one round. Eyes not up, so it looks like Twinkle Wink might be able to get him some full setup. Hopefully he does go for double heal. Does have on his team Letterlore, who's playing, I think, Assassination. We got Kiwi, we got Claus, who's going to bring in Warlock Hellstones for everybody. We got Avinci on Team Red. We got ourselves Pedro, Karma, GG, Port, P Blood, Vextech. I think I covered the Team Red already. That's going to be a stab by Twinkle Wink. It's going to give him a bit of a way to Vextech. Hopefully no BM. No BM, dude. He just knows him. He just spreads. Does get him some decent buffs actually for damage. Trying to see if he can get some procs right now. Looking for those good procs. Cloak Shot is coming out very early in case Vextech was going to go for a Hammer of Justice. But Vextech bailing out for a second. Got himself a small heal, and that should be enough for him to get back in on Twinkle Wink. Does get Executor's Ascendance, and Twinkle is going to take that Executor's Ascendance right around the corner. Back to Vextech. He still gets wings and still gets the damage of Executor's Ascendance. Dropping Twinkle Wink super low, but he does get to survive for just a little bit. Using Crucibles for a bit of a self-heal right now. Does get himself a massive Warlock Hellstone right before a Maledicт hits him. So that is perfect for the guy. Got himself at least a base amount of health. Stun onto Vextech. Looking to catch himself a bit of a reset. Hand of Freedom up. Maybe a pony up for Vex. Trying to get a mount up. Not going to be a pony up. It's going to be a sap. Easy sap by Twinkle, dude. Look at him. He looks like a criminal scum, dude. He looks like a scumlord criminal. I love some of these narratives you could make depending on who's fighting who in the opener. Going to be a cheap shot by Twinkle Wink. Trying to get the dirt in his opponent. Crucible's coming out right after. Crucible being quite huge damage for the rogues, by the way. Gonna be identity theft yet again with a plunder armor. Plundering all of Vextech armor. And trying to increase his own health as well as damage. This is a good opportunity for him to get a massive heal going because heal is based on a percentage. And plunder armor does give you a pretty big percentage of heals. Hand of Freedom coming out for Vextech as he's trying to chase the criminal Twinkle Wink. As he's trying to bail away from the long arm of the law. Gouge. But it looks like there's maybe some kind of a dot on Vextech or auto attack. Either way, blind does it trick it. He does trick it out of it just to smite the criminal. He does hold on a bubble and bop, so he might be in decent position. Eventually looking to give him a bit of an honor duel here. Alrighty, Assassination Rogue is going to be a little bit of a extra damage for Vextech to deal with. Outlaw is all physical damage. You're an ironclad plated warrior of the holy light with a heal and blessing of protection. Like, at least eventually can get some damage through the blessing of protection with poisons. at least. Getting shot onto Vexedic in the opener. Gonna go for a Shield of Vengeance. Hodge onto a Vinci. Are those dots gonna shred through and bite through the Shield of Vengeance fast enough? Popping in wings to follow blind right after. Vexedic actually popped wings. Shield of Vengeance. All Vinci did is took a stun opener. Barely took any damage. He popped those wings towards the end of his stun. That was only the middle long wings. So at least not a full wings. But still, he used those towards the end of the opener. Another kidney shot coming out. Eventually could go for a good setup here. Is that going to be maybe a Vendetta trying to get a double Crucible into Vexa? Quite a lot of damage rolling onto the Paladin. Might be forcing out a bubble or bop here right now. Safety trick, it does come in play. That's going to eat up at all that dot damage for a little bit. Cloaker shot is coming up for a Vinci, and that's going to be a bubble out of Vex with a bit of a regenerating right afterwards. Catch himself a full reset. A Vinci, if he's still holding on to Vendetta, this will be a perfect opportunity to get a big setup onto Vex. Get him into kidney shot. Get the Vendetta rolling. Try to truck his damage down. No safety chicken, no nothing. Does land a road opener. Maybe a kidney shot to follow right after. Is going for big damage. It's going to be full Vendetta right now. Trying to beat the Forbearance timer before Blessing of Protection is up and running. Vex, hopefully he's trying to take up the damage. It's time to start healing, my guy. Time to start dispelling poison off yourself as soon as you can. Using Crucible defensively. Bomb coming out. Flashlights to fall, and Vinci did force out a huge defensive out of Vex. 5 minutes are almost in, boys, and we're going to start seeing dampening, but Vex is going to be able to get himself a full reset right now. Shield of Vengeance back out for this guy. Has a trinket if things go bad. Vinci has evasion, has vanish, no Vendetta for a while. The Crucible and the sustained damage is going to be quite big for him regardless. As long as he can get those Toxic Blades and Poison Bombs. Does get a nice Poison Bomb proc in there. Shield of Vengeance is up for Vex. Might be able to turn this rogue damage around with a huge shield to pop. Maybe get some Minalong wings or real wings up and running onto the rogue. He might actually stand a chance here. But Vinci is trying to wait it out. The Shield of Vengeance is by a little bit. Hodge coming down. Doesn't have a trigger for it. Shield of Vengeance pops while wings are up. Vinci is super low. Maybe one more Templars would do it. Actually get himself a massive heal right now. Warlock Hellstone with a concoction working together. Vex not shrinking out of the kidney shot. Not sure if that was a good idea. Probably should have done it earlier. Does send a Maledic on a Vinci, but not enough. Probably should have trinketed that thing immediately. Unless that man is running relentless for whatever reasons. That's going to be Karma GG port. Popping in big damage on Vinci. Does get an invasion rolling a little bit early. Trying to get a slow into Karma. He's just trying to walk away from the guy. Karma rolling way out there. Shadow step onto Karma behind him with a kidney shot for a second. And eventually looking to maybe escape out of here into an in-cap. Not looking like he'll be able to go anywhere. Does get himself a concoction and a vanish. Does let him escape out of this scot-free. Karma looking for him desperately. Trying to see if he can find the guy ASAP. He's going to go for the eye immediately. Is that going to be enough for a stab for a Vinci? No, actually couldn't get a stab. Went for a cheap shot. Short as the R for cheap shot onto Karma. Does try to disengage right before the Fist of Fury really starts pounding the damage into him. And Karma should be able to take off all the poisons off of himself if he didn't use mobility. Vinci having to go for a kidney shot again, the shortest kidney shot ever. After getting himself a Crucible heal, a blind to follow. Does Vinci still die using a second Crucible as a self heal? I think he was trying to save up maybe a reset and accidentally ran to Karma GG port. Panicked, went for the kidney shot, but does get himself at least a reset. No Karma. Oh, no trinket available for Karma. Karma is available for Karma, though. It has defensives and everything. And Vinci does he have a Vendetta? Does he go for a Vendetta here? He does go for a massive Vendetta. Won't have anything else to follow the Vendetta. That's going to be Karma immediately out of the Monk. Vinci getting hit with Alexio. Does trick it out of it. Does get Phantom Knives in order to get some slows onto Karma. Does Shadow Step past the Fist of Fury for a second. Poison Bomb proccing onto Karma to follow. If he can get another kidney shot onto the Monk, this might be good. That's going to be this time coming out. Cloaker shot is available for Vinci. Does he get a Mallet onto Karma? He does get a Maledic rolling. Karma actually has no healing available. In cap onto Vinci. The dots are taken. Trying to see if he can move by through it. Died to the dots, and Vinci just had some damage rolling on him. That's how he did it. P-Blood is up next, getting an opener onto Vinci, taking him out immediately. Taking him out of the game. Horror effect as soon as he could get a chance on it. Onto P-Blood with a stun by the Petrofaller. Getting a Tyrant summoned up and running. Trying to get some Handle Downs rolling. Does he have the Tyrant that sacrifices the imps, or what does he have? It's going to be an opener onto Claws. Trick gets out of it immediately as P-Blood goes in for a bit of damage. Going to be a Warlock Gateway for Claws, and P-Blood is going to try to slink out of there for a second. Claws for the Tyrant does go down. Does still have a variety of pets still up and running on the field. Interrupt onto that Shadow spell, but still Claws is going to be able to get those imps up and running. The imps do very little damage by themselves, but together they do quite a number of damage. Shadow Fury coming out. Going to be a Cloaker Shadows for P-Blood. Won't have the cloak for the big damage out of Claws later. Does get a wall rolling for the Rogue, but that's going to be a vanish out of P-Blood. Got some crazy cooldowns out of Claws. He got a wall. He got Tyrant. He got everything. Next thing is going to be stun, horror effect, CC wombo combo by Claws, and maybe P-Blood won't have an answer for this. Does get a kitten shot into Claws, trying to get a Nightblade. Big Eviscerate's coming out right now. It could be huge damage right here. Getting a horror effect onto P-Blood just to get him out of the way with a Drain Life to follow. Is he going to get a Tyrant running? Was that a random summon Tyrant, or was that Tyrant he actually meant to summon here? Random Tyrant, looks like it was from Claws. Trying to get some more damage onto P-Blood. He does land a Maledict onto Claws right now, trying to suppress the healing from the Warlock for a little bit. Fear spam coming out for Claws. Won't be able to drain life, so he's actually going to get locked out, trying to fight through a Maledict if he can. P-Blood is going to be out in the open, trying to see if he can catch himself a bit of a reset, getting a Crucible Send and Claws to put a bit more pressure. Demonic Tyrant coming out. P-Blood is over there with the pet. The pet is getting beefed up by 15% increased damage, but it's really not doing nearly as much as what a Tyrant could be. Stun onto P-Blood, sending in more pets at him with a Drain Life to fall. I guess Claws just wanted to put that thing on cooldown. A Tyrant is getting one cast at P-Blood and then dissipates. At least he gets something better than nothing. Cheap shot onto Claws, triple stun wombo combo into a horror effect by Claws, setting him more imps over at P-Blood. Does he have a stun to line up a stun and a setup onto P-Blood? He does not. Claws using that Crucible in order to get himself a self-heal, and P-Blood is behind the pillar, getting some calm points off of the pets. Shadow Fury trying to hit him around the corner. He needs to get himself a little bit of damage to go on to Claws. Maybe a full kitten shot, getting a stun around the corner. P-Blood, no trinket for 20 seconds. Does get a Doom, it looks like. That or a Curse of Weakness. Is that Doom or a Curse of Weakness on this guy? Maybe it's a Doom. Trinket for Claws immediately. Trying not to get interrupted by P-Blood. Cheap shot to follow. Drain Left coming out. Might have a Cloak of Shadows very, very soon. Does interrupt him on Shadow. P-Blood has such a massive advantage here. Good interrupt to follow. Does Claws have anything to follow? Drain Life coming out. Doesn't have anything to follow. And the Sub Rogue does take out the Warlock. Next up is going to be Lee Talor. Playing, I think, Assassination. Maybe Sub. That'd be great if it was Sub Rogue himself. But I'm pretty sure he's Assassination. Most Rogues are. Very well done either way by P-Blood so far. He got himself a very easy snipe onto a Vinci. But a game against Claws, very well done. Lethal Lord does pick up the eye, but he doesn't see P-Blood. He picked up the eye, but he doesn't see him. Wait, he's right next to him. Finally finds him. He was right behind him. Maybe a little bit tunnel vision for Lethal Lord. Does open up with a Garrote onto P-Blood. He has a trinket. The Starbroke does have a trinket if things ever go bad. He's going to get a Nightblade kitten shot into Lethal Lord, trying to force a trinket out of the Assassination Rogue, trying to get as much damage as he can with those Eviscerate. Shadow Strikes are doing pretty huge damage with cheap shots back-to-back, locking down Lethal Lord. Probably has a blind if things ever really go bad. Does get a Crucible going onto Lethal Lord, has a Cloak of Shadows if he needs it. Does use it a little bit late here. Kitten shot onto P-Blood. He could trick it out of it unless he's not gonna. Blind onto Lethal Lord, P-Blood. You are Sub-Rogue. Lethal Lord super low on health. You can get a full triple sap rolling. If you have anything available here roll, you might be able to lock him down in a setup right now. It is your game to lose. Open it up with a Nightblade. Kitten shot though, catching him in stealth regardless. Trying to get as much damage as he can. Eventually coming out. Backstabs is all he has left. And it's going to be a blind onto P-Blood, but he triggers out of it. I don't think he even needed to. And caught himself a vanish before Kiwi got an opener on the guy. P-Blood is going to be down a trinket, down a cloak, down on everything. After that duel with Lethal Lord, I don't know if he needed to trinket that. Maybe you didn't. Actually, it might have been easier maybe if Lethal Lord got a kidney on you. Didn't go full Vendetta. I don't think he even had a Vendetta. But maybe to extend the game with the Rogue, because it was... I know what he was trying to go for. He opened up maybe... He didn't have... If he had at least one charge of Shadow Dance, I think he would have stood a chance. But I think he was down to backstabs at one point. Shadow Step into Kiwi right after. He does get himself a wall immediately. Capacitor Torn coming down. Does he kill it? He does not. Skyfear Torn coming down for Kiwi. Stormkeeper to follow. Does he go for the big setup right now? Double Zap coming out. Does get a massive trinket rolling in P-Blood. No Cloak of Shadows available for this one though. It's continuing to just struck him with damage. P-Blood just seeing it's such a huge start. And Kiwi taking him out. After eating a full Maledict, is Pedro up next or is it Ghost Rider? It looks like it is going to be Pedro. Opening up on the Kiwi in just a moment. 12 minutes in, 45% dampening. Going to be a hell of a game for Kiwi to get through. Dealing with Pedro is going to get a dot rolling on the guy at least. Lightning Last in the opener, forcing a trinket out of the Feral. Kiwi sitting at about half his health, forcing out his Earth Elemental, Primal Earth Elite to give himself an extra wall of defensive. Knocking the cat back for just a second, trying to get himself a healing surge. Is going to get locked out on Nature though. Skyfear Totem coming down. Does he have another setup here? Won't have viable Lightning Lasso for quite a bit of time. Does have himself a decent heal, however, rolling right now. Healing surges are going to be available. Bash coming out for Pedro. No wall available for Pedro. No trinket. If Kiwi can get a huge setup right now. Nope, gonna be a bite for Pedro before he gets a setup. High ass dampening like that is gonna make it impossible. And people are coming out with 3 kills actually. Very well done. Vexedic had quite a little game with a Rogue. But and against Da Vinci too. But hell of a game regardless, boys. Let's go. Alrighty, boys. Let's get another one going, yeah? What's up, Seavark? How you doing, my man? What's up, Streamy? How you doing, my dude? Hope you're having a good one, man. Hope you're having a good one. Night King got a group? Alright, let's get you guys in. Seavark, do you have a group? 43? Perfect. Got a 5? Perfect. Let's get Night King and Seavark. We got Boris here, too. You got a group? Full group? Yo, Boris, we'll get you play, man. We'll let you play. I'm gonna get Seavark and Night King real quick. Got a 5 again. Did you guys change any players or just get the same players in? Hey, Dal, what's up, Artade? How you doing, my dude? Hey, Dal, just level my ult. Should I get him geared up now, or is it worth waiting for 8.3? Yeah, getting geared him right now, if you start doing Mythic Plus dungeons and get him into some heroic raids, you'll get better catch-up gear right now. You'll catch up to everybody faster than just doing catch-up gear in 8.3. I'm pretty sure 8.3 will have other forms of gear catch-up, but I guess it depends whether you want to... If you're going to start playing now, I say start to look for a guild, start to look for a group of people to play with, you know, finding a raid to join in right now as we're about to change into patch 8.3. Right now, if you want to put that work in, that's a good time. If you just want to go in and join up and just fuck around and enjoy the content of 8.3, I think waiting for 8.3 isn't going to be too punishing. So if you're committing and you want to get some real content done, real raids done, you know, get some real stuff done, you're more than welcome to start now. It's a perfect time to do it. You'll have plenty of time to catch up to everybody. More than enough time. If you just want to enjoy 8.3 and every raids, you know, hop into some normals then, hop into some keys then. You're not going to get punished for waiting. So it depends how committed you are and how hard you want to go this patch. You know what I mean? Alrighty, boys. Switch. Who is going up with Team Blue? It looks like everybody's running out all at the same time. What are you guys doing? Back into the room. Yo, Ice Freeze. Back to... Who's playing? Kazoo, back to the room. Who is even playing? I don't understand. What is this? Did you breath the guy? Who is this guy? He's literally just popping cooldowns. Hello? Yo, somebody forgot to give this mage his intellect buff. He has no idea what's going on. Yo, Knight, Ro, just you're smarter than this guy. Just go to the back. Make him play them. Make him play. No. You're playing. You want to go first, right? No. Kazoo, come back. Kazoo, come back. Ice Freeze, already popped his combustion. I want to see him play now. Kazoo, I'm making an executive decision. Ice Freeze popped his combustion. He's going to get to play first. He's going to get to play first. I don't care which order you guys had. This man right here is going to get to play first. I want to see him play. This man right here. Can you call yourself a mage when you're making some dumb plays? Go ahead, Ice Freeze. The stage is yours, my guy. Yo, Seabark, where you keep getting these goobers? Yeah, get at him. Shadow, you're dueling him. He's yours. All yours. Ice Freeze popping in. That temporal getting it immediately stolen as soon as he had. That's going to be a metamorphosis on top of Ice Freeze. Trying to land a Ring of Frost. Getting interrupted on Blinking. Double Blinking, actually. Trying to get a Greater Pyroblast into a Team 100's face. That's going to be cauterized. I think he got 1 G-Pie. Instant Ice Block. No, actually, not even an Ice Block. Don't know where you're getting these guys out of, Seabark. But this dude is ridiculous. Oh, did the Hunter leave too? Was the Hunter supposed to play first? I don't know. The Hunter didn't have to leave, man. Yeah, the Hunter didn't have to leave. This Ice Freeze guy, he's just going up, popping combustion. My Hunter left, they signed up. Who are these guys, dude? We'll let him play it out. Shadow, I don't want to punish the guys on Team Boomasaur. We're gonna play it out. We're gonna play this game out. Kazoo versus Shadow is going to go for that Shadow meld. Does he get hit with an Ice Lance? Or not Ice Lance. I look at the name Ice Freeze and I'm like, I'm getting dumber just from watching that guy, dude. Into a stun by Kazoo. Onto Shadow, dropping on Darkness right now. So Shadow's actually out of all defenses. Kazoo leveraging the fact that he has plenty of defenses, dropping down Darkness of his own. SSS is dropping lower, but him on health is not doing that good. Under a trick, it does proc. He was out of Metamorphosis as it happened, though. So that's very unlucky. Metamorphosis on top of Shadow does get hit with an Imprison as soon as it happens. Trying to go for a bit of a blade dance. That's going to be him. Trying to min-max the damage onto Shadow. He's looking to get away from Kazoo for just a second. Stun coming out. That's going to be Ivan to follow for Kazoo. Shadow getting obliterated right now. Literally annihilated with an ability called Annihilate. Kazoo getting hit with a stun. Has Shadow on the ropes right now, though. Barely any health left. Sitting at about under 40% health, I'd say. at an eyeball notice. And Kazoo's actually does not have range for a bulb like Shadow does. So it's actually going to be up in the air getting a couple pot shots. Kazoo, stop changing around. Stop juking out. Stop trying to look from around the LOS. Stand still so you don't get pelted from above. Shadow gonna get hit with a stun by Kazoo for a second. That under trigger procced while Metamorphosis is up. Huge damage from that double leech that he's got going on right now. That passive leech as well as Demon Hunter leech. And Shadow just having to retreat for a second, having to back up for a moment. Kazoo not letting him go anywhere at all. Gonna be able to get himself I-beam. Maybe he can get some damage back while in Metamorphosis form. Needs to be using Crucible defensively every single global he has until he can recover. He does get an interrupt onto Kazoo right now, but Kazoo does have the underrun trigger, which is huge for him. Sorry for call, boys. Also, question: what does Kazoo run for his Metamorphosis? Like, what does he run for his? He does run Crucible. Okay, I was gonna say maybe he's a Visual Perfection or something. Maybe that's why he's getting so many procs. Kazoo landing a stun onto Shadow for a second, does get hit with a stun to follow into an interrupt onto Shadow. He does go up in the air, does have the Shadow meld for it to follow. Sorry for coughing you boys. They just both didn't know what to do. I just noticed the whole team ripped me. Yeah, it's all good, dude. Hunter was being a hunter. What can you do? I thought the mage was being a huntard. Shadow not really all that good. Does get hit with a stun as he charges at Kazoo and down he goes. Boomasaur is up next playing that good old demonology. Ooh, liking your magma, boy. Locking Magma guy. That's going to be Kazoo trying to get aggressive with Boomasaur before he gets a setup. Does get interrupted on a fear. That's going to be a stun with Bioscourge Bombers dropping down on Kazoo, doing quite significant damage here. Going to be yet another fear into Kazoo. No more Trinket out of the Demon Hunter though. Perfect opportunity for Boomasaur to catch a couple Shadow Bolts here and there. And that's going to be a horror effect to run Kazoo away. Boomasaur is going to be down on CC for a bit. Is going to bail out for a second. Summoning up a full-on Demonic Tyrant. Get hit with a stun. Kazoo better have a stun on that Tyrant right now. Interrupted. Maledict onto Kazoo right now. Does get a stun on all the pets for Boomasaur. Hand to go down to follow for Boom. Just so he can get some more damage out. Kazoo with a Maledict. That Underrot Trinket is going to try to give him as much healing as possible. Does get Metamorphosis before it. That Tyrant though is doing quite a significant amount of damage. I think he actually went to interrupt the Tyrant. Is that what happened, Kazoo? That might have been a good idea because the Tyrant was doing quite a decent number of damage. Kazoo, although being super healy build of a Demon Hunter, it makes it impossible to deal with almost. That Tyrant doing what he can. Let's be honest. Boomasaur getting caught out into an interrupt while he was next to Kazoo in his darkness. And that's going to be on a horror effect to at least run him in the other direction. Boomasaur so far has been a little bit behind for Kazoo. That healing build has just been so strong. Dropping down Bioscourge Bombers, not for the full duration of the stun though. Trying to run Kazoo back into Bioscourge Bombers. And that's going to be yet another interrupt on Boomasaur. Does have hand to go down to throw out though. Does have fears to spam out a little bit. And that's going to be Shadow Balls. Did Kazoo just run through the tombstone just now? He might have. Imprison onto Boomasaur, keeping him in place, not letting him cast spells for a moment. Getting an I-beam up and running as the Underrot Trinket procs, giving him a huge heal, full stun onto Boomasaur as well as his pets. Boom. Not really looking all that healthy anymore. Might have to go for a reflect here. Shadow Tentacle down, try to come out. And Kazoo coming out of the end of that duel, full health. The Underrot Trinket, dude. You must have like the thick. He probably has something else other than the Underrot Trinket. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like the Urchin or something, isn't it? Chill Pills is the man who needs to take Kazoo down, as this dude has been shredding through Team Red for a little bit. He shredded through the Demon Hunter. He shredded through Boomasaur. Chill Pills is going to be the third guy on the list unless he can take him down. Does Chill Pills roll Maledict? Because that would be huge right here as Underrot Trinket is proccing again for Kazoo. Landing a short stun onto Chill Pills. He breaks out of it immediately. The Underrot proc for Kazoo is so lucky. He gets it back to back every single time he needs it, it feels like. Chilpa's trying to go for a bit of a transfusion, and Kazoo's bailing out of there for a second, getting gripped and rushing way out of there for a moment too. Another Underrot proc to keep him maintained and sustained for this duel. Chill Pills needs to wait out the Metamorphosis at this point. I feel like while Kazoo is in meta, he's basically indestructible. Does get a Diver's Folly proc on a Chill Pills. It's going to be a bit of a death pack for Chill Pills just to gain that raw health. Maybe he might be able to turn around with this Remorseless Winter onto Kazoo. Does go for a little bit of a snowball there with a chill streak. Still has his health necrotic for a little bit. Now, grip onto Kazoo. He bails out of there for a second. Underrot Trinket proc again. Needs to get an I-beam to get a Metamorphosis to get the most healing out of it. Doesn't land it. Short stun onto chill pills to follow. Does get himself another remorse switch rolling because he needs to get away from the AoE ASAP. That's doing quite a bit of significant sustained damage. Does get interrupted onto I-beam. That actually gives chill pills all the versatility in the world. Kazoo double crucible while in the room and trying to manage as much healing while he's got it. Gonna be transfusion for chill pills. Just trying to siphon any health from Kazoo, any damage due to chill pills. He's simply gonna make the Death Knight stronger in terms of the damage he puts out. Does get himself a Pillar of Frost rolling. Kazoo getting in. Stun on chill pills. Does some damage. Bails out within a prison. And they're just looking to get away from the guy. Look at that mobility, man. Gonna be a mad up for chill pills, as that's all he can essentially do when dealing with the DH, stunning him out in the open. The Underworld Trinket does proc. That's going to be a big aim as chill pills does get yet another interrupt onto Kazoo, increasing his versatility. That might be huge enough for damage increase. Does group Kazoo right next to him, letting the Remorseless Winter just shred through the guy. And down he goes. Seabark as the Pharaoh's up next. Try to get an open on chill pills. That was immediate Lichborn for him though. That's going to be Thorns for Seabark. Does not have AMS to deal with this one. Rude onto chill pills. And there goes that transfusion. Going to be able to get quite a bit of healing out of the stun onto chill pills. Double crucible and Seabark does take him out. Very well played. Next up is going to be Zan. Appreciate you for starting at the beginning of the arena. Hey, I appreciate you, my guy. I appreciate you. You're more than welcome to demolish Seabark and do anything you want to do to him at this point. But you started at the beginning of the arena, and I appreciate it. It's going to be able to stop the duel. 9 minutes in, 27% dampening for now on Zan. I call you Zin. Zan picking up the eye, no vanish though. Seabark landing a dot on the man for just a second, just a moonfire real quick, so he can catch himself a full reset. Zan, hopefully he didn't get a dot onto Seabark, so he's going to be expecting the Feral opener. Seabark sells the trinket, double wall if needed. Seabark also running that Entourage trinket, dude. Everybody's scumming. Gonna be a Cloak of Shadows for Zan, however, just to deal with those thorns. Getting double crucible into Seabark. He does cloak this dot damage from Zan. If Zan can somehow get a trinket out of Seabark early, he'll be in a great position. Smoke bomb coming out. Seabark trying to get, I think, a moonfire on the guy. There's still going to be some procs onto Seabark. I don't know if that keeps him out of combat or not, but that's going to be a Garrode by Zan, landing a full kitted shot. Whoa! Now we get the 3v3 arena setup. We actually can see cooldown evasion up for Zan for a second. Seabark going to bear form. Going to be a Mark for Death in Venom to follow. And Seabark just trying to use whatever he can just to survive the damage from Zan. Let's go for a Shadow Melt for a second to catch the cheap shot. Going to be an opener by Seabark as he goes for a Shadow Melt himself. Opener to Zan. Blind on Seabark. Dusty Trinket. He does not trinket. He's just going to sit it. Zan is the art himself on stuns. However, Seabark could have trinketed here. But now Zan is going to get himself a full reset. Seabark does have a trinket while available. Berserk up as well. Zan going to be down on Vendetta for a bit. Garrode to follow. Seabark getting hit with a kidney shot. Mark for Death and Venom coming out. Seabark actually walls it. And that's going to be Thorn. Zan does have some bleeds rolling though, so Seabark can find him immediately. Zan is going to go for a Crucible just to get himself a bit of a heal. Seabark is already there on the fast approach. Getting those dots up and running. Stun onto Zan. He check inside of it. Garrode onto Seabark. And our Crucible ends him, dude. As he gets Crucible right as he goes behind the pillar. Peachy is a boom kid, dude. He's a big old boomer today. Peachy on the boomer is up next, man. Versus Seabark is going to give him the honor duel. Look at that, dude. That's an honorable duel right there. It's just a boom. Look at that boomer. Oh my god. Boomer druid. Seabark versus Peachy goes into tree fort for just a second, give him a little bit of a dance, but that's going to be a Boomkin versus Feral. Going to open up in cat form. Oh, actually, he got thrashed out in the open. Instant Thorns for Peachy, and Seabark is going to go into bear form for a second. Peachy is able to get at least dots rolling onto Seabark, try to get himself a little bit of damage with that solar. Won't be able to get a solar wrath in. Seabark eating already a first Star Surge from Peachy. He's going to go for that Lucid right now, trying to get himself a bunch of resources. Going to get interrupted onto that arcane damage with a Lunar Strike. Getting a Cyclone Seabark. He won't have cooldowns. He won't have a trinket or anything. He has CDs rolling though. Berserk is still up. And Peachy going for that Incarnation. Trinkets out of the stun. Has maybe a couple Star Surge sink into Seabark. He does so while available. He's still sticking the Star Surge regardless. Lunar Strike trying to come out. Does get interrupted on it. Solo Wraths are available for Peachy. He's able to get quite a bit of damage on Seabark. Does catch a Shadow Meld. Re-stealth on him. Cyclone is trying to come out. Does not have a trinket for it. Peachy Dressblade trying to catch a bunch of regrows. Back into bear form for a second. Does he have Thorns available here? He doesn't have Thorns. Does have Thorns right now. Seabark, is he going to continue doing damage? Oh, he is. Oh my goodness. Nothing a boomer can do against a Feral Druid at that point. Very well played, boy, everybody. Very well played. By the way, DH is getting 6% damage buff next patch. Wait, are they really? Our Demon Hunter is getting a 6% buff net damage buff next patch. Wait, what? Really? Demon Hunter is getting 6% damage buff next patch. Where? Is that new? Was that recent just now? Oh my goodness. Yo, if they get an above, dude, they're already doing super well in these duels. Imagine how they're gonna do next patch. That's what I'm being told. Jesus. Maybe it's like a trade of those that are getting above that I missed. Maybe it's like some small buff. Because so far Demon Hunters haven't really been buffed, have they? I don't think it was a single patch that exclusively buffed them or anything. What was the source? Yeah. I'm gonna try to get some more people to know what to do. Yeah, sounds good. We're gonna get Boris in here. Who's up next versus Boris though? Are we gonna get player? Are we gonna get Sav versus Boris? He's got a group. See which one of you guys already. Seamark and Night King just got to play. Sav got 5? Perfect. Yeah, I need to look at that, man. If they are getting a buff. Because so far, all the buffs that people are getting, there's very little buffs that are happening to classes for the next year. Only nerfs for really good raid healers. But I don't think it's going to affect PvP that much. It's very minor changes. Because they don't need one, they need nerfs. I don't think they even need a nerf. I think they just don't need to go anywhere. Demon Hunters are nutty, but just because the class is strong doesn't mean it's overpowered, right? Like I will tell you easily, Red Pally I think is a strong class. Are they overpowered and need a nerf? No. In like a 1v1 against an Outlaw Rogue, it might feel like, wow, they're the strongest class in the game. But against just about any other class, in a duel, they're fine. In 2s, they're fine. 3s, they're fine. In RBGs, I don't know if they're busted. I haven't RBG'd ever. So, would have no idea. You know what I mean? So Twitch. I feel like when they got classes, there's some classes and specs that need a buff, like Affliction Warlock. My thought process, I think they need a buff on damage. Maybe Frost Death Knight needs a bit of a buff. They do well in duels, but not outside of that. Not really. Well, sometimes. Well, actually, they're starting to get a lot better now, but you know. Demon Hunter needs to use a bust along with tears. You think so? Motherboar needs a nerf along with self-healing. Frost DK is doing really well in arena as well. Yeah, I've seen him, yeah, but I don't know. We can settle on Affliction Warlocks at least, right? I don't know if they need a nerf or above there yet. Eventually going to be on team below with Claws Jr. playing more of the Demonology. We got ourselves Kiwi as an elemental. We got a Shadow Priest, Mika. We got ourselves Scythe, Mick, Scythe, Kiwi, Claws. This is the Caster Festival, boys. We got ourselves Demoniac on team red with Ghost Rider going up first versus Vinci as on the Holy DK Pedro as a Pharaoh. Be out of cat form, please. Be Blood. And we got Vexatic. Yo, Demoniac, can you tell him be out of cat form real quick, please? My dude. Because cat form, he probably has a buff where on his team, everybody on his team, they get a 5% extra crit, and every time they crit, they get 5% heal. That's quite huge. That's a sizable buff. That buff is a more personal buff. Get out of cat form, goddammit. Gonna be getting shot onto Ghost Rider. As Vinci is still just trying to deal with the army of dead that is surrounding him. Ghost Rider trying to stack up necrotics, just trying to end Vinci right now. Cloaker Shot is coming out for the rogue with advantage to follow, and Ghost Rider has massive advantage, dropping down not a death and decay but a defile in that corner. I think it almost clipped Vinci, but that Cloaker Shot might have saved him. Yo, not gonna say it again. It's going to be a Vinci versus Ghost Rider. Has a Mark for Death ready for the guy, but he just tried to bail out of them for a second. Sap to follow. Kinda shot right after. Does get a Garrote on him with a Rupture to follow. Does have a massive Underrod ticket for him. Yo, Ghost Rider with an Underrod ticket. That's huge, dude. AMS comes up as he has Maledict rolling on him, I believe. At least I think that's what Vinci used on him. Does gonna drop down Abomination and IBF on top of it with Transfusion to follow. Blind onto Ghost Rider. Drake gets out of it. Da Vinci. Does he have another setup with the stun follow? Ghost Rider just unloading full fury of his damage, man. That Abomination is super slowed over there to the other side of Vinci. Trying to keep the pet slowed as best as possible. That's gonna be a kidney shot onto Ghost Rider, but I don't think he has a Vendetta at this point. Needs to peel away out of here. Needs to slow down Ghost Rider, but the Chains of Ice are gonna be brutal for this rogue. Trying to do what he can against Ghost Rider. Necrotics are just stacking on the guy. Not a lot he can really do about it at this point and try to get a bit of damage. And he's out. Pedro! Get the hell out of stealth before you're fucking banned, dude! Get out of the stealth! Yo, Demoniac! Could you please just tell the guy to get out of fucking stealth, my dude? Thank you. Otherwise, I'm fucking boot Pedro out of here, dude. Come on, that gives Ghost Rider a huge heal every time he crits. Yeah, there you go. There we go. I don't want to... Nah, it's like a Red Pally with a buff on somebody, dude. No, that buff is too strong. Certain buffs are allowed. The feral one, nah. We've seen that before. Hand of Gul'dan's coming out. 4 claws as the Tyrant is pelting at Ghost Rider, but he got the transfusion rolling right now. He even got that on our second. Oh, second Tyrant coming out. Is that a real Tyrant this time? Was that a fake Tyrant? All along, short stun onto Ghost Rider. The Tyrant was able to slap out quite a bit of damage, but those death strikes are just brutal. And Claws is going to go for a Hand of Gul'dan on the pet for Ghost Rider. Actually, just looking to kill his undead pet. Look at that army of imps surrounding Ghost Rider. That full line of imps, the firing squad is here. And they're just obliterating the guy with the little fireballs. But looks like they do go away after a little bit of time. Don't know if they died. Or don't know if they were there for a limited amount of time or whatnot. But it looks like it's going to be Claws Jr. trying to get away from those necrotics, getting away from all those pets as the Army of the Dead surrounds him, and Ghost Rider going to attack him with a Crucible, stun to Ghost Rider for a second. Claws Jr., this is perfect opportunity to get a setup going, try to get a Hand of Gul'dan, getting interrupted on Demonic Cast though, so he's locked out for a bit. Is going to get himself a horror effect, at least try to get a fear going onto Ghost Rider. He's juking out that stun. Fear trying to come out again, does land it, and Claws trying to get himself an army of demons back up and running. He's surrounded by the army of undead, getting hit from every corner. Does get interrupted on the Tyrant, getting himself a bit more imps. Needs to get himself something going here. Needs to maybe get himself full Tyrant trying to come out with a stun to Ghost Rider. He tricked inside of a Drain Life coming out for Claws. Is that going to be enough to deal with those necrotics? As Ghost Rider is just relentlessly stacking those things. Demonic Tyrant is up, trying to do as much damage to Ghost Rider as he can, and that Underrod Chicken is just going to keep him alive. Claws just trying to drain life for his life, and down he goes. Ghost Rider just eliminated him. Very well played by Ghost Rider. That Tyrant did what he could, dude, but Ghost Rider is just unbeatable. I'm pretty sure that Claws plays the pet playstyle where he doesn't buff the pets but buffs the Tyrant, or maybe he plays a playstyle where his pets get buffed. I'm not even sure. Psych is going to be next versus Ghost Rider. And Ghost still has himself plenty of cooldowns, plenty of damage rolling right now. Is getting an Army of the Dead onto Psych with a little bit of necrotic stacked up. Gonna be a Metamorphosis stunning the pets. Gonna be Ghost Rider actually IBFing out of this though. So he's not playing Lichborn, he's just playing straight up IBF. He didn't need to IBF anything besides he's using it as a defensive, not as a stun breaker either. Which is really, really weird. But maybe that's his plan here. Psych is going to flap in there, getting yoinked back down to the ground. Not going to keep his head up in the clouds. And that's going to be Abomination joining as Ghost Rider gets himself big death strikes back to back. Psych looking to get away from the A-bomb immediately. Going to be some Crucibles flying by Ghost Rider. Stun onto Psych while he's up in there. Actually, this Ghost Rider doesn't even have a problem reaching the guy, but he is way up above. Psych getting yet another I-beam, extending his Metamorphosis for a little bit longer. He needs that Metamorphosis for the long duration just to take down Ghost Rider. This is proven to be a bit of a struggle. Ghost Rider going for the Death Pack right now. Does not have a safe way to heal anymore, but the Metamorphosis comes down for Psych. Needs to get back into the meta immediately, and Ghost Rider needs to get himself a bit of time left until Transfusion's back up and running. Short stun onto Psych right now, and Ghost is looking to get away. Does get eliminated by the Demon Hunter, and down he goes. Who is going to be up next? Is it going to be P-Blood? It looks like it might just be P-Blood. It's hard to tell who's dueling, but he is in stealth, so it must be him. Psych does have the eyes for P-Blood. Looking to see if he can get on top of him. Does get him out of stealth with a stun to follow. Getting that I-beam to follow right after. A couple of Annihilates right after that. P-Blood getting a kidney shot onto Psych. Hoping to turn this around. No trigger available for Psych for a little bit. Into another cheap shot, looking to get our Viscerates back to back. Going to be short stun on the P-Blood. Could go for a blind here. Actually goes for evasion instead. Psych flying up in the air, getting hit with a Maledict. And that's going to be Smoke Bomb to obscure the range for Psych. Actually get a hit from below with a Crucible right after. Shadow Step into Psych right now. Still fully Maledicted. It's going to be in the prison onto the Rogue, and Psych looking to get away. Cannot get himself I-beam just yet. Trying to get himself his Crucibles going back to back. And Psych landing yet another kidney shot. Trinket kidney shot onto Psych. Trinket coming out, but the Demon Hunter does drop Darkness. Can he take enough damage? P-Blood is trying to walk him out of there. Does hit him with a Crucible. That Crucible did not get absorbed into Darkness, but Psych got himself a little bit of health back through that Metamorphosis. Blind getting forced out of P-Blood though. Very unlucky with that force out. Very, very unlucky. And still keeping himself in combat because of the Immolation Aura. Psych trying to bail away. That's going to be cheap shot by P-Blood regardless. Couple of Viscerates though. He needs another cheap shot to follow. Eviscerate right after. Does he get another one? Stunned by Psych and looking to get away from the Rogue. Does hit him with Imprison right after. No. Oh! I guess he had a Crucible or something that killed him, right? It must have been a Crucible. I think he quit out of that arena immediately because I can't even swap to him anymore. Every time I do, it just stops tracking Mick. Oh my god. I was either Knobblade or a Crucible Dot that got him. Maybe a Heed My Call. Hard to tell. P-Blood, though, looking to get himself a bit of a reset. It looks like Mick... He could have actually been auto-attacking through the wall. Shadowblade's up for P-Blood. Looking to end the Shadow Priest in the opener. Gonna be a trinket from Mick with a stun onto P-Blood. Does get the pet up and running. That's gonna be a Mindbender. Full dots onto the Rogue right now. He still has Shadowblades though. Mick using Greater Fate for a second just to get himself a little bit of dodge. And that's gonna be his Void Eruption right now. Does he go for a health swap? If he goes for life swap, that is allowed, by the way. So Kiwi, if you get life swapped on, you better start healing yourself immediately. Gonna be Fear onto P-Blood. As Mick get himself a couple casts in there, looking to maybe light swap if things ever go bad. Kiwi is always in line inside of him. If things go wrong, there's going to be a disperse from Mick in the opener just to deal with the damage that P-Blood got going on. That's going to be a Maledic right afterwards. P-Blood should have probably put up a Mally onto Mick while he was in disperse. That would have kept himself super low. But Mick right now has some cooldowns, has some damage, getting maybe some prog dots rolling onto P-Blood. Actually doesn't even have those. Oh, so P-Blood is looking like he's going to catch a full reset then. 8 minutes in, 23% dampening, boys. And Mick having to go for some mage food or something, or water. Shadow Mensa coming out, actually going to be P-Blood on top of him. Hopefully he didn't get an interrupter and kick. That's going to be getting a shot onto Mick though. No chicken available. Might have to go for lights up here. Kiwi better be in line of sight if things ever go bad. Short stun onto Mick right now. Kiwi is out there if things ever go really poorly. Try to walk the Rogue over to the corner. Maybe hit him with a Fear right after. Is going to get hit with AoE regardless. It does get a dot on the guy at least. Fear to follow. The Shadowman's available. Does have life swap if things ever go bad. Probably should use it early if anything. That's going to be his Void Form coming out right now. Barely in health. And down he goes. He actually could have life swap. That is totally allowed for Shadow Priest in those duels. And I think Kiwi was there and ready for it. But that's going to be some dots back up to P-Blood. He does take out the Shadow Priest. Can P-Blood gather enough damage here in order to drop down Kiwi without a trinket? That next Lightning Lasso is going to be quite big. Does catch a reset for a second. Kiwi making sure to keep a Flame Shock roll onto P-Blood. Catching a good old Lightning Lasso on the guy with a Crucible to follow. Almost breaking through a safety trinket in the opener. Those dots are definitely going to take him out of stealth. That's going to be Earthbind Totem slowing him down. Couple meatballs to follow. Trinkets out of the blind just to eliminate the Rogue. Get a shot to follow though for P-Blood. And it looks like he actually might be in this for a little bit longer. Cheap shot again as Kiwi just trying to get one spell out. It looks like he's not going to even get a lightning bolt out. Cloak of Shadows for P-Blood could use that cloak in order to catch a full reset. Getting interrupted onto Kiwi and maybe just trying to sprint away from the guy. Kiwi next time you have a lightning lasso. This could be the end of the game. P-Blood better have a defensive or something ready for it. Does get a Noblet rolling. I think the lightning lasso could be coming out and that's going to be it. No chicken available and Kiwi does take out P-Blood right then and there. And that's gonna be Demoniac up next. Here we have Pedro, Vex, Demoniac at 33% dampening 10 minutes in to blast through these boys. Are you going to be able to do so? That is going to be yet another sub rogue. Demoniac playing that sub. So for Kiwi, this is an opportunity right here. It's still not going to be an easy one, but definitely an opportunity regardless. Short stun onto Demoniac to at least stop him from using his damage. Is he going for Shadowy Duel? I think he might have used Shadowy Duel there. Lightning Last is going to be short, but still going to do quite a bit of damage. Earthshock to follow. Smack Demoniac down to half-ish health. Does have all these totems back up and running. What was that? Counter-strike totem for a second in case a Maledic was coming out. Maybe that's exactly what it was. So maybe Kiwi just dodge a Mally. Because he dropped down a totem of air. Must have been grounding. And it disappeared immediately. Because it ate a spell. So he does have zaps ready. His hand is ready to go. He wants to get those lightning bolts going. He's going to get a knockback onto Demoniac, but double shadow stun available for Rogues is going to make it harder for him to keep it going into a short stun by the Earth Elemental. Does have a second wall if things ever go bad. He's going to use Crucible on Demoniac with a Lightning Lasso short right after. Probably should be using Lightning Lasso first just to get the most damage out of it, then popping out the Earth Elemental. But Demoniac is going to bail out. Cheap shotting Kiwi, not letting him continue rehealing, not letting him continue recasting. And it's going to just try to see if he can pressure him just by a little bit. Short is stunned by that totem at the very end. Kiwi swapping out from the Earth Pet to the Fire Primal Pet. And Demoniac looking to get himself just a little bit more urge. Kiwi has plenty of health. Shadow Strike's still not enough compared to an Earth Shock. Vex is going to be up next. What is this Kiwi? Hitting him with a Hodge immediately. Kiwi try to get a knockback onto Vex. Did go how he wanted, and Kiwi is looking just to ghost wolf out of there for just a second from the Paladin. As long as he can kite Vexatic while Hand of Freedom is down, he actually might really stand a real chance against Vex, but he's super low on health. The wings are up, and Templar's Verdict is all it takes, and down he goes. Very well played, boys. Very well played. Rogue Live, best live. Thanks to the Urgas. What's up, dude? How you doing, man? Yeah, leader of the pack is nuts. I use that instead of the clone in these. Yeah, I think you would use leader of the pack just about everywhere. Just the sustain that comes with those crits. Anytime your ability crits on like some short cooldown, it gives you like 5% health. It's huge. Quite a lot of healing. Kick the feral. Yeah. Yeah, next time, no. Next time Feral's a sitting cat from most of the duel. I'm gonna get him out of there, dude. Boys, if you see a cat and you're a leader and you see a cat sitting in cat form, be like, yo, can you pop out a cat form, please? Can you pop out a cat form, please? Please. Seavark got a group. Alright, who are we gonna have going up versus Seavark? I believe the Boris and Sav just got to play. So player or Night King? Wait, can't wait to make us another DK 8.3. Hell yeah, dude. They're gonna be so good. The healing they got and the racials. Oh, I need to make a video on this on the allied races for Death Knights. It's gonna be so good. But Shaman is getting nerfed. Are they really nerfing Shamans, WM? What are you guys getting this in for the Shaman? Unless you're talking about like rest of Shamans, and I think those are getting buffed. You guys saying Shamans are getting nerfed, Demon Hunters are getting buffed. I'm like, where? I'm hungry. What should I do for dinner? Oh, it's Saturday. I usually am kind of a pizza Friday guy. Saturday, how about tacos? How about some Mexican cuisine? You know what's also good on Saturdays? Italian. Yeah. Linguine. Some pasta. Some fricadelle, dude. You know what I mean? That's just so good. Not a burnt pizza, that's for sure. Can't wait for my Fury friend Shammy. Oh, okay. Let's see. Furry. Wait, that is Furry. Furry friend Shammy. That's our playing threes, no Otter and Pugla. What's up, producer Chris? I do, my man. Hope you're having a good one, my dude. Hope you're having a good one. Alright, boys. Let me know if you got groups. We got Seavark on the standby. We need another group. Ready to go, boys. Ready to go. They're OP when it comes to these deals. Everybody's OP when it comes to deals. Olive Garden it is. Hell yeah, dude. Let's go. In other words, Volpera Shaman. Yeah, I get you. Yeah, I'm actually surprised Volpera can be Warlocks, dude. I wonder what they'll do to explain Volpera Warlocks. Wait, can Mechanomes also be Warlocks? Or can they not? Mechanomes can be Shamans. I don't understand why Mechanomes can't be Shamans. Wait, can they? I don't think they can. I'll need to check again on PTR. It's been so long, dude. It's been so long. I actually thought you were Italian. I saw that mustache. Yo, that's fucked up, dude. I would take offense if I was Italian. Dude, just because I look like Mario doesn't mean I'm higher on shrooms looking through pipes, dude. Got some new tasks today, up to 31 now. Zero Gaming, my man, why in the world would you want 31 tattoos? Is there a specific number you're going for? How many tattoos is enough? Are you going to like a sleeve? Or just doing kind of all over everywhere you think? Are you trying to go for that Post Malone look? Because it works for that guy. Some people can pull it off. Why do they can be? Why they shouldn't can be? Shouldn't can be. I don't know. They were in Cataclysm, right? Shamans? Volpera? Or Mechanomes? I don't know, actually. Thanks, Patrick. A picture of Windwalkers being top tier. Like, with the gear? Yeah. There's some classes definitely scale on gear. It's me, Mario. It's me, Depression. It looked like a rogue. Thanks. I like that. I tried to go for that cool Turin look, but you know what? I'll take whatever I can get. Player got a group? Alrighty, boys. Let's go. We got ourselves Seavark and Player. Sav got a 4 out of 5. Alright, I'll get you versus Boris, I guess. Or Night King, whichever one is ready after this group. I can see Dalaran them as Mario and Luigi. God damn it. God damn it, Sashimi. It doesn't help that we are twins and both of us have mustaches. It does not fucking help. It doesn't help. God damn it. Yo, how about Wario and Waluigi, dude? I got that fucking crooked ass mustache. I can go wah. We'll be alright. We'll be perfect. I think purple looks good on me too. What's up, Dal? I got a question. What's up, Galahad? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one, my dude. You got a question? I probably got an answer for you. It might not be a good answer, but I got an answer. What add-on do you use most? The shield skills you use? Trophy GCD. Trophy GCD. Just all one word. TRUFIGCD. If you look it up on like Twitch add-ons, or if you do like the OG curse add-ons on the website, Yeah, do you play any other games other than WoW? Classic WoW? I need a life, I know. It's not a good answer. No, I used to play some other games. I used to play a lot of games until WoW took over my life. Some of the games I'm actually excited for. I'm thinking of buying a PlayStation 4 to put in a living room. Because my twin used to have his Switch out in the living room for a little bit, and you were pretty blessed with Zelda. Now he keeps it in his room, so now there's nothing to really do on TV. I mean, there's TV. We're waiting for the cable box to come in for like a month now. There's nothing good to watch on TV. We had Apple TV for a little bit. That wasn't working out though. So I'm thinking maybe get a PlayStation and plug it up to the TV. I think that'd be cool. I was thinking get the Star Wars game, maybe Death Stranding is not a good game because I've heard mixed reviews about that one. But it's like there'll be only a handful of games, so I'm just not sure. Generally leave all queues. Alrighty, we're just gonna re-queue real quick. Hold on, let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do the. Now I might do it. Final Fantasy VII Remake March 2020. I'm not a Final Fantasy guy to begin with, but that does seem like a fun game. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, 2020 is looking like a pretty good year for games too. Get an Xbox so you can play Halo. Well, I'm against Xbox because most games on Xbox can be bought on PC. Hell, if you go for their like Windows Live service, whatever the fuck, you can actually play all Xbox games also on your PC. So that's why I'm against Xbox. What do they have? Halo, Gears of War. Those games, they used to be good. The first ones. Every sequel after that, worse and worse. Halo 3 was the last good sequel of like a sequel game. Except maybe like a WoW 2. WoW 2 will be the last best sequel in the world. We need. But yeah, no, there's just not a lot of titles I'm interested in on Xbox. But PlayStation, they got some decent exclusives. God of War, let's go. Switch. What do we got? We got ourselves Fast Skills. Playing on Team Blue. We got ourselves Golden, looking like a golden boy. Got a little bit of golden in his armor. We got Orcus here. How you doing, man? P blood in the back and it's sapped. Hopefully it won't be sapped for too long, my dude. We got ourselves Seabar going up versus a Pharaoh. We got Kazoo in the back with Peachy hanging on the corner. We got Rose XL and Valor. I like how I look at Peachy and he looks over the corner. He did it twice though, dude. He knew the camera was on him. That's gonna be Seabar getting an opener on the Golden. Gonna be trinket out of Golden though for that opener. Getting Army of the Dead rolling, getting the pedal beefed up, getting a grip up onto Seabark. Not trying to let him go anywhere, but big bleeds, big dot damage. Melting Golden right now. Golden, you need to get yourself a transfusion or something. Trying to get a transfusion rolling. Trying to turn around and Seabark does not get himself a bit of a grip, and Golden is still melting right now. He's just not doing that good, boys. He's just not doing all that healthy. This is where Dark Pack might be a play right now, my dude. Trying to still get those death strikes from Seabark. That was a pretty big bite by Seabark. Does go for a death pack. If he can live with that death pack for a little bit longer, he might be okay. IBF coming out as a defensive. Seabark just needs enough damage to break through the IBF, and down goes Golden. Seabark taking him out. Trying to go for regrowth ASAP, but Rogue is already on the way. Trying to see if he can light a sap. Does he? No dots? There is dots on him. Wait, fast kill? Oh, he probably should have been faster with his kills there. But that's going to be kitted shot onto Seabark right now. Double Crucible to open. Underrod Trinket coming up right now. Going to be a nice proc. Fast kills Trinket out of the bash. That might be a bad situation. Seabark does not have a Trinket anymore though, so he could be put in a bad spot. Walk him out. Last wall available. Evasion is up for Fast kills. And Seabark is trying to get himself a 5 column point bite onto Fast kills. Needs to get himself some sort of a route onto this rogue to take him away from the guy. Seabark should be worrying about his health. He's using Crucible offensive still. Catches a restyle onto Fast kills. Is going to get that route there regardless. Does get the bleeds rolling as he needs. Being an if he can land himself a shot him up for just a quick second. It looks like he's looking to get another reset. No, he does not get a clean one. Vendetta could be coming out of the fast kills. Getting a full kidney shot is not going to go for Vendetta just yet. Just getting a kidney shot onto Seabark. Maybe with an event to follow. Seabark does. He gets himself a dispel from all those poisons that do get reapplied, and a blind comes out. If Fast Kills has a full setup right now, he might be in a good spot. But Seabark not going to get hit with a sap unless the guy saps him right here. Somehow he landed a sap. Maybe he is faster than I thought. Maybe he's a lot faster than I thought. It didn't look like it was going to be that quick. But he landed a sap. Garrode does not get the kidney shot before he goes in the cat room. Does get a second Garrode there though. Bashes the fast kills. And Seabark looking to at least get some bleeds onto the rogue. Is he going to be able to get himself a root? No, actually going to be kidney shot onto Seabark. No Vendetta available. This way he's going to go for a Muck for Death. Good Poison Bomb procs for fast skills. Getting quite a bit of damage. Going to be a vanish off of that root. and is looking to use a sprint to maybe catch up to Seabark. Needs to keep him out of stealth. Needs to keep him out in combat. Does land a re-stealth. Got rolled for a second, actually. Seabark back into bear form. Fast is using Crucible to get himself a bit of a heal, and now Seabark is on the arrival. Again, another resell by the stroke. Kiddish coming out. Chicken available for Seabark, though. And Vasquez looking just to get a couple of those dagger throws at Seabark. He does have full health right now. Vasquez, safety chicken procket right now. Big bite to eliminate him. What was that bite right now? Is that him playing Mangle build? Where he can one-shot people with Mangle? That was huge. I mean, he didn't have a lot of health to begin with, but I don't think a normal Feral Bite would have done it. Unless it was the biggest crit in the world, a nice proc or something. Seabark getting a bash onto P-Blood. Kid is shot to follow while he's out of cat form. And that's going to be huge damage right now. The Shadow Strike's a huge. Eviscerate's coming out. Cheap shot to follow. Getting those Eviscerates back to back. Does get a pre-wall in between. Get himself a bit of a heal too with Crucible. And this way he needs to go for as much healing as possible. Does catch a Shadow Meld re-heal for a second. Unless he's playing Incarnation. But he's got himself some damage. Maledict rolling Seabark. He goes into bear form. He needs to wait out this Mally. But his health is dropping lower and lower. The Sub-Rogue is actually putting quite a bit of pressure. Is in cat form right now. Actually not getting Shadow Stepped after this time, and P-Blood still having to go find Seabark, still having to run after the guy. Seabark, as long as he can maintain some sort of a hot, maybe a swiftman, he might be good. Actually, even landing a re-opener onto P-Blood if he can get those dots. Mangle right now. That's going to be safe to Trinket coming out for P-Blood off of that Crucible, landing at another kidney shot onto Seabark. Does he have enough damage ever? He's still super low on health. Has a blind if things ever really go super bad. Trying to get as much damage as Seabark. Trying to keep him out of the open and out of stealth. Blind while he's low on health. Seabark might be dead here. P-Blood, this is your game to win. It's your game to lose too. It's all up to you. You got to make sure you have stuns perfect there. If you DR anything or mess up your opener, this could be huge. Eviscerate, second cheap shot, eviscerate, got it. Caught him out low, got him full Shadow Blades, full setup, and down goes the Feral Druid. Next up is another Feral Druid though. It feels like Team Blue should have went with some cat spray or something. I don't know. How can you get cats out of like the neighborhood? Is that something you can spray on the ground to make them leave? I know you can do it with rodents and snakes and stuff, but can you really do it with a cat? That's one cat out of the bag and comes out the other cat. P-Blood is not even an assassin stroke. You can't put the cat in the box with violet poison and find out if it's still alive a year later. That's going to be Peachy eating a full kidney shot into a cheap shot to follow. That's going to be quite a bit of damage out of P-Blood using Crucible, and Peachy is going to go for a bit of a wall with the renewal. Double Crucible into P-Blood. Going to be quite a bit of damage. But it looks like he's going to be able to get away scot-free. Those dots, the bleeds are huge. Peachy is going to use that time to reposition himself to the wall immediately. Try to see if he can catch a reset onto P-Blood. He does land it. P-Blood no longer with a blind. Might be in a bad spot. Kinder shot onto Peachy. Has evasion coming up very, very soon. If he can just stay with Peachy for a little bit, continue the damage. He is just running out of steam right now. His eviscerates are just not as good as he used to be. Ooh, that last eviscerate though was huge on damage. Landing a mallet onto Peachy. Peachy is looking for a resell. So he's actually trying to keep pressure without even staying on Peachy right now. But that's huge right here. Peachy is going to be low on health. He still has a trinket. Maybe P-Blood can buy himself a little bit of time unless the big bite comes out. Might be able to buy himself a bit of time until blind is available. If he can get a full kidney shot onto Peachy while he's low, he trinkets out to blind him immediately. Sap reset him or something. That could be good for P-Blood, but if only he can do it. He needs to land an opener onto Peachy though. This is super hard against a Feral. Because he can just go into stealth in your time. He's just staying in travel form for a second. Actually, this goes free. He's just trying to juke him out. Crucible to follow. Big bite after. P-Blood has nothing left. He gets hit with a blind. And actually, that's going to be perfect for Sapped. Sapped is going to get the opener using that rogue setup right now. Peachy is the trinket out of Sapped. Is going to hit him with a bash. Try to see if he can force a trinket out of him. Not going to happen. Hit him with a hibernate. Oh, he switches forms at the last second. No, that is so good. So Peachy not without a trinket. Sapped looking for a clean restealth. If Peachy has a dot rolling on him still, it's going to be impossible for him to find a way around the other Feral. That's going to be Thorns for Peachy actually. Catches a restall of his own. Thorns was a really good play just now. Use Thorns, and if he's gonna get opened up, he will need Thorns right there. But use Thorns to try to delay Sap. Maybe Sap will be like, yeah, I don't want to open on you. I'm gonna win into in stealth. Peachy gave himself enough time to get away. Stealth. He could have got found, but he didn't. That was a nice play. If you could just wait enough time. What is it called on Thorns? 30 seconds, 40 seconds? If we just wait about that time or so, To get closer to those thorns, he'll be able to use them in combat and leverage that against Sap. But he's hanging out right next to the eye, popping in a bear form as Sap picks up the eye. And that's going to be some Moonfires for Sap, building comp points off of those Moonfires. That's a build we haven't seen in quite a while. Does get a stun onto Peachy with a Cyclone to follow. He does shift out of forms. Maybe he thought it was going to be a Hibernate or something. But Peachy is going to sit into a Cyclone. The Sap is going to build comp points. Peachy has cooldowns rolling. He actually has damage up. Maybe that's a Sap one for a Cyclone. Peachy, thorns are up, trying to again to delay Sap from opening on him. Trying to delay it. Waiting for those dots to fall off of him, that Moonfire. But it's going to be Sap opening up, getting a full setup. Big old bite is going to be ready. Has thorns of his own. Peachy cannot really respond. Gets a bash into Sap. He tricks out of it. Using the advantage he has right now. Shortest stun in the world onto Sap. If Peachy can get away from the guy, does root him. He's having to power shift. Wasting a global, just trying to catch up to Peachy. Trying to catch up with a little bit of stampeding roar. And Peachy landing that reopen onto Sap. Needs to get a little bit extra damage onto Sap though, just to get the damage going. Does wall this. That's going to be a stun by Sap. Cyclone onto Peachy. And looking like Sap wants to get himself a reset. Has dots rolling on him though. So he's not going to be able to get a clean restart. Has Moonfire to stay right outside of Peachy's combat range, really. Melee range. That's going to be thorns for Peachy. Sap can go for just Moonfire spam while he's in there. He's building comp points off of Peachy. He's doing a little bit of damage. Very, very interesting choice though. Moonfire for comp points. Actually looking to go for maybe a bit of a heal right now since he does have Orcus in his team. And Peachy getting those regrows back to back. Sap trying to get in, not even catching a restyle. And Peachy is the one landing the opener. Minute trinket left for Sap. Does get hit with the root, having to power shift out of it, and it's gonna go for regrows. Peachy though got established those big bleeds. Is gonna be able to reopen on the guy yet again. He's just trying to see if he can get cooldowns out of Sap. Sap still has 2 walls available. And now Sap is one playing defensive, dude. Literally turtle form here. Literally just trying to turtle form it right now. Into an opener by Peachy yet again onto Sap with thorns up and running. Sap going for thorns of his own as Peachy is the one getting aggressive. Peachy trickets out of that stun. And try to see if he can get a bit more damage onto Sap. Try to see if he can go for the bleeds, but he actually is going to have to go for a reset. Since thorns are up and running. Sap is still behind on health. Still trying to go for that mage food. Peachy is not going to let him. Having to use Crucibles defensively is going to force him to fall behind offensively. So Peachy can just keep that pressure rolling on the guy the whole time. Is going to catch a regrowth. Probably has the comp points for a full big rip. So I think that's what he's going to go for. He's going to get a reopener. Big old bite instead. Just to maybe extend those dots more. Double Crucible forcing the same trinket out of Sap. He's trying to get a bite of his own. Gets a stun onto Peachy. Does he go for a Cyclone to follow? No, he's actually going to go for damage of his own. Does have double wall if things ever go bad. Sap hasn't used wall once. And he's never going to use wall ever again. Had 2 walls. Didn't use a single one of them. The whole duel, it looks like. Is that something he does on purpose? Is that like a build where you don't get to use walls, but you get a passive defensive? That would be a cool talent, right? No wall, but you get a passive defensive. That would be a cool talent, right? 44k maim into a 64k bite into a 40k flame, falling maim crit. Dude, that's so much damage, Seabark. That is nuts. Peachy is going to get himself a bit of a regrowth back there. Orcus looking for the guy. Is he invis? He's not invis at this point, right? He's going to send an Arcane Orb. Peachy. Oh, he dodged the Arcane Orb, actually. Can he dodge the Arcane Explosions? He does get to. Landing an opener onto Orcus. This is where all his bleeds are going to go up. Just trying to shred and mangle through Orcus. Just trying to let the bleeds do work. And Orcus is going to get an Instacast Mime Arcane Blast in there for a second. But that's about all he's got. That's rough, man. Being a Clothy Arcane Mage. Clothy Arcane Mages can actually do pretty well against Pharaohs. Throwing down the orb. And does interrupt Peachy's opener there. Not going to get the stun at the very beginning. Peachy also has cooldowns, so if you can just kite the Pharaoh a little bit with a bit of a temporal leading for the bleeds, that could be value. Peachy does throw in a Crucible right into that temporal. Orc is getting a bit of a heal off of it, but not the biggest. At 40% dampening, Peachy instantly power shifting out of that root immediately. It's going to go behind the pillar. Orcus is going to give himself a little bit of time to eat food. You got to start eating food right now. You have to eat food right now. Mage food, immediately. Start consuming it. Start showing down. Peachy's waiting on the other side. He's getting himself a regrowth. You're not eating food? There you go. There you go. He's going to catch an Aviz. He's going to get hit with a swipe out either way. The Orcus getting a knock up on the Peachy, but that double Crucible doing quite a number. Orcus back to being dotted up. Did Peachy get enough time to get a rip and rake? Orcus needs to start eating food immediately, dude. He needs to start eating. Did he leave? He left. He literally rage quit. The Pharaohs, dude. The cats. The cats are prowling. Goddamn, dude. I can't get spopped in here, Dal. Dude, I've seen Spart play, though, okay? I've seen Sparticle play. Come on, dude. I think it's possible. It's tough for sure, not gonna lie, but it is possible in my opinion. Because I've seen Spart blink around these pharaohs, dude, shredding through them with arcane missiles. Yeah, it definitely is not a game you lose. You win. Alright, boys, we got another one going, yeah? Hey, Don, what's up, Maru? Said to my man, I would one-shot Spart with my build. Do you think so? Huge damage? If only Spart was here, dude. Sav got 5 ready to go. Dude, was it Sav that got to play or player? I think it was... Was it Sav that just got to play? I think it was Seawork was a Sav just now. Let's see if Boris player or Nike got a group, man. Sorry, boys. I can go against versus a team that don't counter me. Or maybe it was player that just played. Yeah. Maybe. 109k bite on a mage was player. Oh, was a player? Okay, so we could get Saf to go against somebody then. Thank you, nobody. Appreciate it, my man. You're not a nobody. You're somebody in my books. It's not rough. It's more like meow. We need a good mage here right now. Right now. One more Peachy left and I'll go last. One more Peachy left. So Seawark versus Sav maybe? Yeah. We can do it. Here we go. I swapped targets and couldn't hit Pichu for a sec, so just blind for a setup for the next guy. Dude, might as well, right? $94k MAME is my highest MAME, believe, yeah? Twins? Us twins? What the fuck? Why are you swapping your name? You know that shit confuses me, right? That shit confuses me, man. You can't do that. Just keep it twins so I can see ya. You beauty? Alrighty. Switch. What do we got? We got ourselves, oh, Sea Bark on Team Red. Play more of that Feral with Kazoo in the back. Rose XO has not got to play yet. We got ourselves Trank X? Trank? I guess Trank. Versus Valor. How you doing, my man? How you doing, my dude? Something about riding a massive line with all those weapons in the back, like a throne of weapons. You looking like a paladin of the Alliance with a banner. That's kind of dope. We got ourselves Claus Jr. on Team Blue with Mick. We also got Psych. We got Savaho, and we also got ourselves Suo. Look like Suo and Mick are a little bit confused of who's going first, who's going last. It looks like it is going to be Mika. Yo, yeah, Suo, go back, man. Unless you're the one next to him dueling. It's going to be a Mind Flay off of Rose XO in the opener. Getting a couple of Crucibles. Mick not even letting him get nearby. So Rose is probably going to play to the line of sight unless he can go for a bit of a pillar. Actually, he's going to get out in the open. Perfect time to get stunned out in the open. Is going to get stunned up. Chinkin maybe? Mick is just trying to get himself some resources to go into void form right now. And Rose looking like he's going to peel her back for a little bit. Does get a Hodger to Mick. Actually, he's going to go for Waze right now. Why he got him stunned up and ready to go. Mick is going to go for a bit of a great effect right now into a fear onto Rose. Stopping him from healing. Rose is going to get out of the stun. Void Trinket coming out from Mick. What is that? A Void Trinket. Is this the OS? That trinket is so weak, by the way. Oh my goodness. They nerfed that thing to the ground, didn't they? It did so very little absorb. And Mick has himself a little bit of Void Eruption. Does get a Warlock Hellstone. Shield is up. Needs to do some damage to Rose to really get some value going. But he didn't really get too many Void Bolts in. He needs to be spamming those Void Bolts immediately. Stunning to Mick. Trinket's out of it right now. Might want to go for a Hell Swap right here. Does swap it with Suo. And I wonder what Suo was doing out there. Yep, Suo, perfectly fine for you to reify yourself back up to full. It's going to be stunned onto Rose. He gets out of that stun. Did you human racial out of it? I think he did. Interrupting Mick on Shadow. Actually just bursting through that full health bar. Rose is bursting through that health bar like it's nothing. That's going to be a Destro Warlock coming out for Claws with a Kuaz Bolt right now. Trying to see if he can smack Rose around the corner. Flash of light coming out for the Paladin while he's got the Warlock hiding around for a minute. You actually got him hit with a second CC and a Horror Effect together. So he's going to be down on one of the CC for a little bit. Cataclysm tried to happen. Actually, Rose juking out the Cataclysm at the last second. is getting some flashlights, keeping Claws slowed around this pillar alone. This tiny little pillar, he just keeping him slowed, doesn't interrupt him in the shadow, doesn't want to get killed by a Chaos Bolt, does line aside it some more. He keeps landing the guy. He actually just keeps confusing him and landing the dude. Oh, Claws, my man. Demonic Gateway setting up for Claws as an escape in case things turn around. Because Rose XO is probably going to want to go for damage right after this. It's probably going to get him with a horror effect. Does hit him with a horror with a Chaos Bolt to the face. Oh, I think it still smacks him there. At the very last second, I think he still got the hit. But he didn't do the most amount of damage. Needs to get a fear or horror effect or something on the guy. Maybe fear spam would do it. Does have the gateway. As soon as he sees Rose XO go for the minute-long wings. Trying to turn the damage onto the pet. And almost kill. Actually, he does kill the pet. Right as he gets Succubus CC in there. Succubus Seduction and Templars connected at the same time. So Claws having to resummon the pet all over again. Rose still has full wings if things ever really go bad. Using the minute-long wings is going to be good. But now it's going to be a minute until he can use those for a bit. Still using Crucibles on cooldown onto Claws. Trying to use his own self-heals in order to keep himself afloat whenever he can. Might as well, right? Trying to see if he can mount up. That's going to be a horror effect to run in the other direction. With the fear to follow, he got wings up and running. That's going to be full real wings. Cataclysm to follow. Does not get the full Casbo. That's going to be short of Succubus CC. Does get a Hodge to Claws. This is a perfect opportunity for Rose to go offensively. Huge damage. Massive Tempest Verdicts coming out. Going to be Shadow Fury and Claws is going to get a Casbo going at Rose. His now is wall up and running. And going to be a gateway for a moment here. It is going to land a fear short. No, actually fully DR'd fear. That's really unfortunate. Claws. Or maybe he just stopped the fear midway. Because he's getting fears now. No, not, wait. That was a full fear. That was a fresh fear then. That was a fresh fear then. Okay, so you have to wait a little GR. That's going to be stunned into Claws. And I think Rose has enough to finish him off. And does connect the damage. Down goes the Warlock. Gave it a good shot. And Rose XO is almost at half his health. Does get himself quite a big heal at 3 minutes, 4 minutes into this duel. No dampening quite yet. He's getting quite a value of that heal. Psych is on him like, I don't even know what. On him like, oh wait, Mick, is he back? No, Mick is down. Okay, cool, those still left. Okay, it confuses me every time people leave. Because now Psych was 3, now he's a 2. Now Sue was 4, not a 5. You want to press 1, nothing happens. Stun onto Psych, trying to see if he can actually force out a cooldown out of Psych. Trying to see if he can force a trigger out of him. No wings for Rose XO. So Psych does not pop in anything. Going to be human racial for Rose right now. Does Rose run human trinket and a normal trinket, or is he relentless? Someone tells me he's relent. Next in prison, I'll be able to tell for sure. Next full stun, I'll be able to tell for sure just how long the stun is. Big waves coming out, and Psych might want to bail out of there. Might want to get out of dodge right now. You know what? He actually gets super offensive with Rose XO. Instead, he gets a stun with a blur up and running, and that Underrot trinket procking him so often. He basically healed up to full with that Underrot almost alone. Also has a Warlock house stun if things ever really go too bad. And that's going to be shortest stun in the world. Rose XO got himself Shield of Vengeance. Psych landing at least one fell lance at Rose. And Rose looking to get that shield to pop right on top of him right now. That's why Psych is not even using fell lance at that point. He's like, yo, no, I see what you're doing. Not going to happen. It does look like he's running Relentless as his talent of choice, instead of the normal Gladiator's Trinket. So he's using Human Racial every 3 minutes to get out of stuns. And the rest is Relentless. Bubble and Bob for Rose as well. And Psych is having a hard time catching up to Rose. That Paladin slow is huge against Demon Hunters, man. You got all the mobility as a DH, but as soon as you get slowed, it's super tough, dude. As long as if you're not able to use your mobility properly, if you're not able to use it at the right time, if you're kind of wasting your mobility just to get around the place, it's going to be the toughest time ever. Plus, these pillars are a little bit wonky. One side being longer, one side being shorter. So it's hard for Psych to really get anything value going. Rose is going to mat up out of there. No slows on him. Just trying to extend the game a little bit longer until he can get some cooldowns up and running. Psych sitting around without a trinket though. So it's going to be quite huge for Rose. And he's again still just trying to bail out of there. Trying to waste the guy's time, I guess. Or maybe trying to get him to use all his mobility to catch up to the guy. I don't even know what he's doing right now, actually. Maybe he's just trying to wait for wings the whole time. Maybe. So Psych now better be on defensive. He does have darkness, and if he can pre-darkness a huge amount of damage out of Rose, he'll be in a good spot. Maybe if he can fly up in the air as he gets wings out of Rose, he might be in a decent spot. Waiting for his trinket very, very soon. Rose getting hit with an imprison. Could be opportunity. Hodge onto Psych right now. Is that going to be Rose popping in cooldowns? No. He's actually going for a more very sustaining build right now. Just double Crucible into Psych. And Psych is given an opportunity to actually get himself a full reset here. Rose landing himself Shield of Vengeance. This is where Psych is going to peel away for damage a little bit. Just going to fly up in the air. While he still has Metamorphosis, those Fell Lances are actually giving him back health every time he gets one of those. If you pop meta or get I-beam and then fly up in the air, you still have a buff for that metamorphosis. Because when you're up in the air, you actually are not technically meta. You're flying, you got wings, but you don't have the benefits of meta like that leech. So that was quite a huge amount of heal for him for a moment. Rose needs to wait for next stun. Gonna be a trinket available for Psych. If anything, this is an opportunity for Psych to get some offensive pressure onto Rose. Does get a Hodge. Trinkets out of it. Rose is just gonna wait for another Hodge right now. Could actually turn the damage around still onto Psych. No blur available for the Demon Hunter. But Rose decided to go for a little bit more of a sustained game, just trying to get all the mobility out of the DH while he's got it. Just trying to stay ahead of the boy as best as possible. He's actually going to reposition himself completely. Got wings up and running. Execution sentence. Psych needs to be playing defensive. Using Crucible. Darkness coming down. Rose still was able to clap out quite a bit of damage through the darkness. Psych having to go for Warlike Hellstorm right now. I-beam to fall, getting interrupted. Darkness coming down. If Rose can land a stun on the guy, this could be over. Psych has a little bit of damage ready here. That's a lot of leech. Can catch up on a lot of health right now. Hodge coming down and does get a judgment at the very end. So not letting Rose celebrate that victory though. 8 minutes in, dampening is at about 19-20% almost, and Suo better start getting aggressive as early as possible. Got a Fist of Fury onto Rose, trying to keep him slowed as best as possible. Rose got minute-long wings running, and Suo is just going to get himself a couple of verifies. Rose getting hit with a disarm as he tries to go for a little bit of an execution sentence from a distance. Suo actually using dampened magic for a second. I don't know if he's really able to reverse anything back to Rose right now with that, but I guess he does reduce how much magic damage he takes for a little bit, since Holy Paladins do have that holy damage. Hodge onto Suo. He trinkets out of it immediately. Still has karma if things ever go bad. Rose getting low in health, trying to see if he can hold on to the bubble or Bob. Might have to use it here. Under a trinket proc and doesn't have safety trinket here, or really just relying on this underrod pressure. Does get a shield of endurance at the late time, and Suo might have the karma here. Does not have a trinket of his own. Might have to wall this early before a Hodge comes out, boarding away from Rose. He's trying to stay mobile. Next Hodge could be the end game winner into a Crucible right by Rose. Karma for Suo. Bob by Rose. Might want to get a wall up and running. He's trying to use mobility to get away from Rose. Might want to wall this up. Does get a wall rolling at the very last second. Rose goes for a massive flashlight heal. Now Rose is actually down with forbearance for a second. Suo has a nice touch of death. He could honestly end the game right here. And no Hodge available for Rose for a little bit. Nope. Never mind, it is. Wings up for Rose. Is that enough time without Hodge? Taking out Suo so close. Suo does end up getting taken out by Rose. And last man left to save a ho. Savaho? Save a ho? I like save a ho. Actually, it's Savo. Hey. Savo. Hey. I like your mom, by the way. I don't see a lot of people with that thing. But Rose with 4 people down. Will Savohe be the guy that takes him down? Unholy Death Knight. Rose has a trinket. Hero Rachel most likely by now. Has Shield of Menace coming up very soon. And Bubble. That's all he needs here to take down the DK. Confusing those two sometimes. 10 minutes in, 30% dampening though. Gonna make it harder for Rose to get some healing. Good thing he's rolling that underrod trinket for a little bit extra sustain against the DK, and Sev is actually taking a little bit of damage in the open. A Hodge coming out. Sees wings for the Paladin. Lichborn to follow. Needs to get massive heals. Bubble coming out, so Rose doesn't even give him any opportunity to transmission. Trying to heal. That's going to be a death pack right now. He's actually secured himself a win right here. Rose, unless he can get a death strike right now. That Bubble used offensively, so the DK can't even get a heal. He wanted to end that game right then and there. Oh my god, big ol' 5-0. What is that, dude? What? That's so cheesy. He just bubbles so the guy can't heal off of him. That's cheese. That's a provolone cheese, dude. That's provolone. What is that? Holy priest has it. Holy priest, what? That's not a good idea, but I'll make that over to boys. What the hell was that? We're doing a normal best out of 3. Does anybody here want to do a 1v1 best out of 3? Do we have anybody here that wants to do a 1v1 right now? We could. It's the last game of the day. Dude, that was cheese. I have to say it every time, but nice stash, though. What's up, Mirror Spunny? Hi, dude, my man. Hope you're having a good one, my dude. Thank you. Appreciate you. There's no bad time to play BFA. Yo, but dude, what's up? Anyone want a feral? Seawork? Yo, who wants to 1v1 Seawork? If we get somebody, we'll give you guys a minute. We'll give you guys a minute to see if we can get a 1v1 rolling. Let's go see if we can represent the federal community. Sabo, hey, speaking like a Russian, my man. What would Sabo, hey be in Russian? Hold on. How would you say in Russian? Maybe, what letters would you have? Savo. Savo here. Savo. If it's a word, I wouldn't be familiar with it. A DK wants to 1v1 meme at Death Knight. Who is a DK? Does anybody have him added on a real ID? Yo, if he has somebody added on a real ID, man, I can queue against him. I don't know who the DK is. What is your Mythic Pluses again? I can 1v1 Kazoo. 1v1 Kazoo, yeah. Demon Hunter? That could work. When does stream Mythic Plus? We kind of stream Mythic Plus almost every day now, actually. I usually try to get my Mythic Plus streams Tuesday because that's a reset day. Sometimes I'll do Sunday and Monday for my alts. Maybe Wednesday. I kind of just do Mythic Pluses, and then I do 5v5 1v1 Duels Friday and Saturday, really. Unless I get like some arenas done. Yo, you know, I would love to get more arenas with Ambani done, by the way. I haven't heard from that guy in a while. I've been kind of online, like in case he's on. Beautiful Pharaoh plays, Showkins proud. Ellen Dilly to help with the DK, I think. Yeah. Ellen Dilly, hit me up if you got the DK ready to go. Is it the Death Knight from before, or is it somebody else? Is it Chill? Is it Chill versus Seavark? Or is it some other DK? I'll be down, dude. Hit me up, Ellen Dilly, if you got a group, man. Make the kittens proud. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Guy Trank from the group. Oh, okay. Yeah, we can get him going then. Yo, Ellen Dilly, if you're online, man, hit me up. I'm down to 1v1 and I'm Kazoo. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, Sav said he will down 1v1 you, dude. Yeah, Kazoo, hit me up, dude. Ellen Dilly. Alright, we'll get a 1v1 going. DK versus Feral, best out of 3. I'm gonna randomize the maps though, boys. I'm gonna randomize the maps. Alright, jump, land, start. Let's get you guys going. I'm gonna randomize the maps, see how it goes. Probably won't have too crazy of like LOS maps all day. Because I know like a Feral might just need to go for a full reset gameplay with a DK. I know how long these games last. But we'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll get like one heavy LOS map. Oh, Ashman Fall. That's a pretty big LOS map. Well, it's a big map, bigger map than some of the other maps we got. LOS though, around the pillars, I do think the benefit of Feral. One side being short, one side being long. Yeah, like if you look at this pillar right here, you got the short end here, and you got the long side. The long side is quite long. So Feral to run in circles. Kind of like that. Actually pretty easy. Never noticed the Feral has a butt. Look at the cat butt. Anyway, boys, we got ourselves Trank playing that on whoa, wrong one. We got Seabark versus Trank playing as on a holy DK. Does he even have a pet? Trank? Wait, Rose, you might want to help the guy. Be like, yo, psst, summon your pet. By the way, you're missing something important. And Seabark is playing Incarnation actually for his build. Okay, I've been seeing a lot of heroes playing Berserk instead of Incarnation, but Incar might be a better choice just to see if he can one-shot Trank in the opener. Trank is playing that Lichborn. Is he not playing Death Pact? What would he be playing instead of Death Pact? I just hope it's not Seabark just bullying the guy, you know what I mean? Oh, Seabark actually changing his strategy at the very last second. Does not go for Incarnation unless it changes on its own. Maybe that wasn't his choice at the very beginning. But that's going to be an opener by Trank, reversing it down off of Seabark. Looks like Seabark didn't even get himself a full opener unless Trank decided to go for human racial out of that one. AMS available for those thorns out of the bat, and Seabark is just looking to get away from the guy, get himself a bit of a heal. Trank beefing up his pet, not going for the Abomination just yet. Does he even have Abomination? Looking to maybe get himself a full Army of the Dead, as Seabark is going to go walling here as Necrotics are slowly but surely stacking up on the guy. Does get a Chain of Ice and a grip on the Seabark. He leaps away from Trank. Looking to catch himself a little bit of reset. Regrowths are coming out. Does go for a pet stun to stop that in just a second, in just a pinch. And Seabark getting himself Crucible and a bit of a regrowth. Trank still looking pretty healthy right now. Still looking pretty confident, trying to get some damage on the C-bar, but that line of sight, dude. Oh, this pillar, the small pillars here, yeah, those are pretty tough against the Feral too. It's gonna be a stun onto C-bar for just a second, getting the army of the dead rolling, and C-bar is gonna get surrounded by them. Thorns are up for against Trank. It's gonna get a big old bite in that Trank, getting massive transfusion, death and death strikes. And C-bar is gonna have to wall this another time. Last wall available for those guys. He's still surrounded by the pets. Necrotic slowly but surely creeping on him, trying to deal with his necrotics as best as he can. There's going to be another pet empowerment for Trank right now. So far, Trank has just been trucking damage into Seabark, and he's been doing quite a good job of survivability here. Going to be a Lichborn for Trank right now, though, while the petals are all empowered. Seabark so far doing A-okay on his health. Necrotics haven't really been bearing down at all, but Trank is now just, while the Lichborn is up, completely unstoppable for a DK. Seabark getting hit down to about half-ish health. Might want to be a little bit careful here. Stun does shrink it out of it immediately. Trank starting to stack up a couple of those necrotics, and Seabark is able to deal with those efficiently as soon as he can. Thorns are up, and Trank is going to shrink it out of it. Maybe AMS for this one too. Might have to big bite out of Seabark, but his health is also looking pretty heavy right now. Trank not AMS in those thorns at all. I guess he was using for later. Lagging a little bit maybe. What? Oh, he DC'd. Oh, he literally DC'd. Very unlucky. That's awkward. Get back. Well, I guess it's better than nothing, right? I don't know what the DC was about, but yo, poor guy, man. It's gonna be, I think, harder to come back from all that. I guess to Seabark, because Seabark got himself at least a full reset here, because he had such a lot of momentum, such a lot of pressure here. Gonna be AMS up and running for Trank onto those thorns. Lichborn coming down right now is gonna beef up the pet, and Seabark is just trying to stay away from Trank for just a second. Does get him hit on the stun. Big bite to follow. Does he get the Crucible to fall off of that? Trank get himself huge death strikes. That's gonna be under run trick and doing huge value for him. Trying to get this necrotic stacked up and get Seabark trying to heal through those necrotics ASAP before they really start getting a massive stack. Trank not able to really maintain the necrotic pressure onto Seabark, but maybe right now, maybe he's able to do something here. Maybe he's able to get some value rolling. Seabark is going to get himself a bit of a heal. Maybe a stun by the pet as he's trying to get a regrowth. Not going to happen. And Trank is just going to continue trucking damage into the Seabark. Stun doesn't have the army of the dead here, though. Doesn't really have a huge lineup. That stun is huge. Perfect opportunity to get something going, but he just doesn't have it. And that's going to be, I think, a human racial to break out of that stun for a second. Doesn't have AMS for this thorns. Does have transfusion though. And Seabark gonna get those dots running and get away from the guy. Does get yoinked back in. Real low on health. Trank actually might be able to end him right here. Seabark get himself a bit of a heal, a bit of a growth. Maybe a pet stun to stop him in place for just a second. Try to see if he can bail out. That's going to be a pet charge to root him in place for a second. Doesn't have a stun of his own for a moment there. But the pet is still empowered, still doing quite a bit of damage. Seabark is able to get some finishers onto the pet, get some bleeds, and even get himself some extra heals here and there. At least for the time being. And it's like he's going to be able to get away. The DK is having a bit of a hard time catching up to the Feral. The long pillar comes into play for Seabark, giving him plenty of opportunity to just keep running circles around Trank, just extending that value of the distance he's away from the guy. Looks like the pet is going to be a new pet for Trank as it did get bled up. And the Thorn's probably doing quite a bit of damage too. Going to be AMS grip for Trank. Does get a chains of ice onto Seabark for a second. But now they're both back to that standstill. The Underrot trick is doing quite a lot of healing here. As you can see, Trank is trying to get those necrotics stacked up on Seabark. He's trying to heal through it as soon as possible. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of ability he's got going on where he could just heal those necrotics efficiently like that. Is he just using bite, heal, like biting at one combo point or something, hoping for the proc? I don't even understand. Or maybe he's trying to go for as many bites as he can. As soon as he sees some necrotics, he's going to get a reset onto Trank for a second. Does trick it out of the stun. Stun onto Seabark. Could that be the end right here? Does he have enough necrotics to stack up here? He might be able to get some. Does get one necrotic, doesn't have the grip anymore. No, yeah, he does have a grip. Never mind. Seabark super low in health. Necrotics are actually doing quite a lot here. Does get himself a nasty big swoopman. Necrotics is stacking up. Crucible, and down he goes. Trank, even though with the DC. Taking it back out of nowhere. Very well done, my guy. Very well done. Okay, we actually got a 5-minute game into the DR, into the dampening a little bit. Like what? Couple percent dampening? GS might just be paused. You think so? Done 1v1. Alright, perfect. Alright, let's get another one going. I didn't know his gear was that insane. That's gonna be hard. Yeah? I didn't know he was... God, I wish I could actually see like some of the damage he does. Maybe it'll let me see it here. Because I feel like unless I'm running the add-on to see the damage, it's not gonna be able to see. But I don't want to show all the UI. And then let me know when you guys are ready. And I'll get you guys going yet again. Let me know, bud. Well, so what trinkets is he running? Is he running anything crazy? Can I 1v1? Yeah, it's we'll get a best out of 3 between Seabark and the DK. And we'll get you versus Kazoo. How does that sound, my guy? I can't get him below 80k. I won one, but it's okay. Alright, dude, give it your best shot, man. You might just have to play the cheesy build or just put bleeds and run away from the guy. Ready and Cut of Death was his top damage. Really? Cut of Death. So he does have the King's Rest weapon, doesn't he? That's huge. Yeah, wow. Wait, Cut of Death. Yeah, that has to be. It has to be. I was thinking maybe Cut of Death was the Warcraft weapon, right? You know, the Butcher's weapon. But it can be, because he is a two-hander, right? So it has to be he's running Katiku. But he's just transmogging his weapon. Yeah, that's a hard one, dude. King's Rest weapon, bleed. Yeah, that's huge. No, for some classes like Arms Warriors and Unholy Death Knights, that weapon for PvP is insane. Normally in a raid or a dungeon, it does quite a bit of damage, sure. But in PvP, it's incredible. So I guess now we know what his trick is. It's just the Katiku. I like his Mog, by the way, dude. It's a full Legion Mog. He's the Death Knight riding Invincible with a full Legion Mog, with a artifact weapon from Legion. Got that green reskin for it. Versus Seabark. Is Seabark gonna change his talents at all? Are they gonna adjust the strategy? Because Trey didn't even go for Death Pact. So it makes me question, what talent does he go for that instead? Does he go for a bigger Absorb with AMS, which might just be it? He's probably just trying to make sure he has that AMS available for Seabark every time those Thorns up and running, so maybe that's his plan. Seabark gonna use that Crucible in the opener. Does Trank even have a pet up and running? This man is just beefy. Gonna get opened up by Seabark. Instant human racial trinket. Does he even go for a pet? Does get the pet up a little bit late though. I'm not really sure if that's a late pet, but that's going to be a pet for him regardless. That's going to be a bit of a transfusion for Trank as he got himself some huge dots rolling. Grip on the Seabark, and he's just looking to reset from the guy. Trank having to go for Lichborn just to deal with the damage over time here. The pet is beefed up and ready to go, but he's just bleeding out. Seabark looking to kite the guy around. Doesn't have a trinket anymore. Trank not really looking all that healthy. Wishes he had a bit of a death pact here, doesn't he? Seabark needs to give himself a little bit of reset somehow with Trank. Get those dots up and running on the guy. L over again. Looking to maybe catch a reset. Does land a reset from the Shadow Mill for a second. Or maybe he is rolling Incarn actually, and is maybe going to be able to shred the damage back into Trank right now while Death Pact isn't there. While Death Strikes are not there. Trank getting himself still huge Death Strikes from the damage Seabark is putting into the guy. That's going to be Army of the Dead to join up. Seabark still has Incarnation for a very, very long time. And this way he got to dip out of it, man. As soon as he sees that transfusion, he's got to go. That Army of the Dead is going to be around him. The Necrotics are going to start stacking up stun onto Seabark. He can't really go anywhere. And Trank is just getting so many Death Strikes back to back. There's so much value to deal with those bleeds. Getting hit with a stun for a second, but that's going to be Lichborn to get him out of there. Trying to use whatever mobility he can with the Stampeding Roll, but it's going to get yoinked back on top of the DK. Chain of Ice spam coming out, and Trank using that Crucible as a defensive. Now he's looking very healthy. Seabark is looking very unhealthy. He needs to get away from that pet. That pet is not going to let him re-stealth at all. Now he got a pet in power too and everything. So now he can go for a bit of a pincer maneuver with that pet. That pet can run one direction, and the DK can go from the other. Seabark won't be able to get out of that one easily. He's going to have to power ship the route that the pet does from the charge. And the pet could go for a pet stun right now. No, not going to be able to go for the big pet stun. He could go for a short one, like a second pet stun. But Seabark does catch himself a reset. Was that Shadow Meld? That must have been Shadow Meld there, right? And Trank is going to be able to mount up, sees where Seabark is at, has eyes if things ever needed. And I think he was able to get a dot on the guy. Finally, Seabark getting a dot set up onto Trank. I actually get an opener. That's going to be Trinket out of Trank on that opener immediately. Trying to get some damage back to Seabark. Trying to get some Necrotic stacked up here and there. That is going to be AMS up and running in case he gets hit by Roots, I guess, or Thorns. If Seabark has Thorns right here, he could turn the damage around onto Trank, but he's super healthy right now. Look at that healing he is doing right then and there. Army of the Dead joining the fight. Seabark looking pretty healthy as well. Is going to power shift out of it. Just trying to stay away from Trank the best as he can. Getting hit with a stun, and he's going to have to Trinket out of it. Still trying to leverage the mobility just to get away from the DK. But the Chain of Ice are going to keep him slowed for a moment or two. Seabark is going to pop and bear from user renewal at one point. I don't think he got to use renewal while in bear form though, so that might actually help him. He wants to get the most value out of the health, because in bear form he does have more health. And that's going to be more health in general to get when he goes back out of bear form, back into cat after the renewal. So it might be a strategy he might want to employ in this situation. Is going to get a big stun onto Trank with the Crucible to follow. Trank is getting oh, his grip a little too early. Legendborn is keeping him stay alive. I don't think the bleeds are huge on Trank. It looked like Seavark went for a big maim. Oh, he does have himself a bit of mobility here. He is sprinting after the cat though, dude. Look at this man in those Fel Legion short shorts, going for a run in nice brisk weather. It's brisk. Short down onto Seabark, just to keep him in place for a second. Has plenty of runic power just to get those Death Strikes going. There's a perfect opportunity for Seawark before the Transfusion comes back to put some bleeds on the Trank, maybe get him in yet another route, and just hide him around for a little bit longer. This would be a perfect time, but a stun comes out on the Seabark. Trank is going to go for a Death Strike here. Main comes out onto the Trank. He does human racial out of it. AMS is available, so he does not get hit by roots by Seabark. Seabark is going to go for more damage while Trank's health is low, and he does get Transfusion. He used to get away from the DK immediately. Does hit him with the root. Grip comes in, does get one big Death Strike in. Seavark is still trying to stay mobile away from the guy. Still has Incarnation. If he can turn around, do some damage after that Incarnation to a Trank while Transfusion's down, he might stand a chance. Lichborn is going to give him a defensive. If he's not getting a massive heal, he's at least going to take less damage. Getting the Army of the Dead set up, it's going to still allow all his abilities to build up a little bit extra runic power. Still using Death Strikes basically on cooldown every time he gets a chance for them with his runic power, trying to get the most amount of damage into Seavark while he's got it. The Army of the Dead is going to start dissipating for a second. Seavark is down. Incarnation has a trinket if things go bad. Trank is looking to get yet another massive transfusion, or at least just to try to equalize the fight against Seavark. Again, no necrotics are going to make a play here. He's trying to get a necrotic set up, and down he goes with that. That's going to be a pretty big stun by Seavark. Quite a bit of damage with double Crucible. He needs to get some big bleeds though. He needs to get a big rip and a big rake and just kind of kite the guy, I think. That might be the only way to do it. But he can't even catch a resell half the time, which is so tough. Does get a run on the Trank as he gets with the Transfusion. Even without Transfusion, Trank has massive healing. But with Transfusion, it's just impossible to stop him. Yeah, but the bleeds might be the only way to really take Trank down, I think. Put some bleeds on him, let it be the sustained damage. Trank is going to heal through his bleeds, but if Trank heals after like a big hit, he gets more healing. If he heals after like a small hit, like a bleed tick, he doesn't get nearly as much healing. So it might just be the only way to really beat the guy, is to whittle him down. And then take him down once he doesn't have any defensive. He does have Lichborn if things go bad, trying to get us up with Seabark, stacking up necrotics a little, full stun, perfect opportunity to stack even more necrotics. Seabark does have Underrot Trinket proccing to deal with those necrotics a little bit. And one more wall available, going to be his last wall. The Army of the Dead joining the fight, and Trank has plenty of runic power, still using those Death Strikes whenever he can, just trying to stay ahead of Seavark, just trying to stay and keep himself as much health as possible. Spamming Chain of Ice and Seavark just to keep him slowed as best as possible, letting the Army of the Dead do as much damage as it possibly can. They do catch him on the other side, but they do fall apart. Seavark stuck at about less than half health. Trank at full health, probably has Transfusion up available whenever he needs to, has Lichborn of course, anytime he needs it. AMS available as well in case Seabark does go for Thorns. This is going to be kind of a hard game to come back to. Seabark is using bleeds onto the pet to get some free regrowths here and there, so at least he's trying to get whatever health he can. 6 minutes in, 10% dampening. One of those two is definitely going to go down, and Trank is going to resummon his pet as his pet is super low on health. And it's going to continue to Death Strike, spam, and add Seabark, getting his pet all empowered right now. Drag Transformation is going to allow him a little bit more damage. Starting to see if I can shake it out of it. In barrel form, kind of caught out. Is going to go for a little bit of a selfie right here. Bash on the Trank. Does he have big bleeds up and running on the guy? If he has some sizable bleeds, this would be perfect. Seabark is just trying to stay as far away from Trank as possible. Knows the grip could come out any moment. He's going to use regrowth while he's got a Trank. Has a bit of damage on him, but not the biggest dots in the world. All that time he was running though, the big dots could have done a lot of work though for Seabark. He's going to use Crucible defensively. Chain of Ice him to Seabark as he gets rooted. Seabark is just trying to reset at this point, nah? You guys doing more to this, Texan? I'll be down, man. How you doing, my dude? How's it going, Paulo? Hope you're having a good one, my man. Alright, boys. Put in your chips. What is this going to win? Trank or Seabark? Seabark getting himself 5 comp points. Big maim into Trank. Trying to use Crucible. Trying to get away from the guy's stun. And Transfusion coming out. Trank is just getting all that healing through that maim. All that work that Seabark puts in. That Death Strike with Transfusion is just eliminating that completely. Just giving more healing for Trank the whole time. AMS coming out in case Seabark goes for Thwards. So this is where Trank was just buckle down, get as much damage into Seabark. He is at about 50ish health. The Death Strikes are doing quite a value for him. He is trying to get Crucibles up and running. Seabark has Incarn rolling, so that could be a lot of damage. Trank getting hit with a mangle for just a second. That's going to be short stun. Crucible firing back at Trank. He's actually using Death Coil. He probably needed all that running power. Actually bleeding quite profusely here. He might be going down here soon. Those dots are doing quite a number. If Seabark could just build up for a big old bite, Trank could go down. Wait! Oh, Crucible saving him at the last second. I think he's enough runic power for a Death Strike. If he's the first to hit the Death Strike, he'll be good to go. Seabark continuing to get himself heals. Trank tried to see if he can sprint up to him. If he has a stun, he is definitely going to get some heals from Seabark. Transfusion doing quite a bit of healing. Root for Seabark immediately at 8 minutes in. As dampening is rolling in for Trank, it's going to be quite hard to make a comeback here, man. But he's still fair low health. Is going to resummon the pet, beefing him up. Bet could be there for a stun. Gonna be an opener by Seabark. Trinket for Trank immediately. Trying to go for Death Strikes while he's got it. Crucible defensive right now. AMS up and running in case Seabark got anything for him. Trying to Death Strike. Huge Death Strikes for Trank. Just recovering on all that health back to back. And that's gonna be Seabark just trying to bail out of there for a second. Got the bleeds up and running Trank. Maybe the bleeds will be enough. Maybe he can wait out with those bleeds as best as possible. Trying to see if he can get himself a regrowth. Gonna get caught out. Chain of Ice back to back. Trying to get more Death Strikes. Chain of Ice back to back of the Seabark. And Trank is gonna get himself a Crucible. Looks like he got through those bleeds and is gonna be able to make a nice recovery. Seabark using those finishers, using bites and rips onto the pet as best as he can. Going to bear form, I think, for the Underrod extra healing. I think he's literally going to bear form for so Underrod heals him based on percentage even better. Underrod, does that heal for percent? Based on how much health you have? I would think it might, because if you're a tank, it might do it. Maim coming out onto Trank. Huge health damage. Gonna get a Transfusion. Cannot catch up to Seabark for big Death Strikes. But he's able to stabilize yet again. Seabark just cannot. If he can just wait out the Lichborn, wait out that Transfusion, he might stand a chance to be able to take Trank down. He has a full runic power bar down, dude. Full bar of runic power. If Seabark can find the stun onto Trank, maybe he won't have a human racial available for this. And get out of the stun. 10 minutes in, dude. They've been actually dueling for 10 minutes. 32% dampening. I don't know, man. I don't know. Seabark is trying to see if he can even it out, man, to make it 1-1, because so far Trank has had the lead. Is using Crucible as a self-heal. No human racial is available. Seabark getting himself a full comp points onto Trank. Get it hit in the stun with Transfusion. Trank is looking for a massive recovery. Maim does take down all that health back down with double Crucible to follow. If he can get those bleeds up and running, get a root onto Trank and just kite him around, that might be great here. Does get a root. How strong are those bleeds? Those bleeds are doing a little bit of work. Those bleeds are doing a little bit of work. Definitely not the strongest bleeds I've seen. So I don't know if he had everything from Tiger's Fury to, you know, to get a regrowth, rip and rake, put up the hugest, biggest bleeds ever onto Trank and bail away. I stand a chance still. Battle for Biz? I know, right? Battle for Powerpox. Honestly, dude. Honestly. Trank is getting some auto attacks through the wall onto Seabark. He's getting in there with the Incarn Lichborn coming out for Trank immediately. Big bite coming out by Seabark. Does he get himself a big maim? Gonna be a Transfusion for Trank using Crucible defensively. Trying to Chain of Ice. Transfusion is running, but he doesn't get a Death Strike off of Seabark. This could be the critical game that ends him. The bleeds and dots are doing quite a number of damage right now. They really are stacking up. Trying to get himself a big Death Strike. Does not even have a runic power stun onto Seabark. Perfect opportunity. Used to get himself a Death Strike in. He's so low to bleeds right now. Seabark, just any attack would end him. I think he might have refreshed the dots. No, he didn't. He does get him in a root. The dots are not the strongest though. But Trank gets himself a Crucible. Yo, Seabark, it's really coming down to the wire. Trank will have a Trinket. Will have a pet that he can beef up right now. Dampening is also going to be affecting Seabark too. Maim onto Trank with a Crucible. He trinkets out of it. Does he have those Death Strikes? Big bite, and Seabark actually evens out that game at a 12-minute round, dude. What is that? What was that, dude? What was that? 10 fucking minutes, man, of a duel between a cat and a DK. Holy crap. This is scary as hell. Well, you guys, I gotta give you guys one more. Island Dilly, Seavark, let me know when you guys are ready. I gotta give you guys a third game, man. I gotta give you guys a third round. That's all I can. At this point, it could be a 20, 30-minute long game. The next one, 100%. But I gotta give you guys a round. It's gonna be a random game, so it could be over if it's Lordaeron, and nothing I can do about it. It's a randomized game. What's up, Ty? How you doing, my man? Got my group for 5v5s or for 1v1s? Oh, it's Troveron. It's a feral map right here, dude. Feral map right now. 100% feral map. Do we even have enough people for another group of 5? I don't think we have any more people, man. Most people are down here for a 1v1 as the last game, and then probably end it here. Nah, I don't think we'll be able to, Ty. Unless somebody got a group, lickety split. Nah, I think it's going to be this duel, and I'm going to call it. Get some food, man. I haven't ate much. Toothache all night. I'm sorry, Calor boy. Well, hopefully this game helps you distract yourself from the toothache. Good kitty. This DK is good. Both of these guys are really good. Trank is really good at spamming death strikes. Seabark is really good at pressing regrowth. I know it sounds bad when I say it like that, but still, dude, they're really good at what they're doing. Alrighty, boys. Seabark as a feral druid extraordinaire versus Trank, eager to get his one more win. It's a tie game, man. 1-1. The next person coming out of this arena wins the whole thing. The whole thing. So Trank, you give it your best shot. Seabark, you better give it your best game. He's going to open up in stealth immediately, and Trank is just going to go out in the center, letting the feral get his opener. From everything that Seabark has seen, Trank immediately Trink as the first opener. He's going to do it exactly that. Get a chain of ice on the Seabark. Ass is going to go for a big old bite. And Trank is just not going to let it go anywhere. The Underrod Trinket procs are also going to be huge here. So whoever gets more procs is going to have the most advantage. Going to be a stun onto Seabark. He Trinkets out of it with a grip to follow up. As Trank is actually trying to maximize the pet damage. Seabark is lagging a little bit. Trank, Wraithwalk to catch up to the Feral. Is that going to be the play? Wraithwalk. Wait, this actually could be the game changer. Because Seabark is so mobile, Trank can just get out of root with Wraithwalk too, I think. That's going to be a pretty big meme. Lichborn out of it towards the end of that stun, though, so I don't know if that was a good move. But he's got a definite advantage over Seabark, though. Lichborn still in play, still active. The pet is going to get nerfed down, though. Drag transformation does go down. Seabark is still super low on health. Still has income, but he's still in a dangerous position. Trank, if he has a Death's Advance, that could be huge. Short stun on Seabark actually could close out the game. Short stun by Seabark, and Trank didn't play no games. He ended that game early, dude. That Lichborn actually helped him win that game. Wow. Trank takes it. That game didn't even last a minute. Messed up my talents. Unlucky. Very well done, Trank. Very well done. Very well played too, Seabark. You played it to the end. Definitely was a DK matchup, dude. Definitely the DK had an advantage, I felt like. At least with the playstyle Seabark was playing for. But great game out of both of them, man. Great game out of both of them. Yeah, I'll get back to WoW. I got my comp fixed. How long are you going to be streaming? I'm actually about to wrap it up for now, Mr. Squishy. I'm glad you got your computer fixed, my man. I hate PC issues, dude. I hate them as much as the next guy. But we just finished a good game, man. Good DK? I agree. I agree. Edyan? It's a Russian name. How you doing? Zdorova. What's up, Mohammed? Hey, what's up, Valor? Man? I'm gonna go get some pussy. Get at it, dude. Different people eat different things, man. Some people eat sharks, some people eat quail eggs, some people... Different cultures, you know what I mean? I don't judge. We're a multinational, multicultural stream right here, boys. BFA US, Feral versus DK Duel. Here we go. Cool. What's up, Ty? I get a 1v1, yeah, no, we'll call it probably here. I was Heart of the Wild on accident. If you become further adept as a caster form, bear form. When using regrowth on an ally, the initial heal will always have a critical strike, and cast time of regrowth will be reduced by 50. That'd be good for 2v2, and bear form maximum has increased, and you get maul. Oh, yeah, no. Although maul, enraged maul's a target for 8% of the target's maximum health and physical damage. That could have been good against the Death Knight, but yeah, no, that's a bummer. Hey Dalaran, what's up, Simon? How you doing, my man? I haven't seen you in a while, my dude. How you doing, my dude? Dang it, Seabark. I was trying to maul at the end. Yeah, I saw you want to bear for him. Because 8% of health, that sounds really good, actually. I'll be back for 5s. Have a good night. All right, Texas, sounds good, my man. We're also doing Saturday on the NA from 5 to 7 PM EST, my man. All of you are more than welcome. Always welcome, boys. Have yourselves a great evening, everybody. We did some great motherfucking duels, boys. I had a lot of fun with these duels. Great game, everybody. I thought everybody played well. Yo. Here we go. So Phoenix, we could see you a little bit better, my dude. Yeah. Appreciate you, boys. Appreciate you, everybody. You guys have such a good one already. I'll see you, boys, next stream. Alright, boys, I'm gonna get some food. I'm gonna get some chill. I'm also gonna get some videos worked on. I might even hop on class to get a couple more dungeons cranked out. Me and Kren are at that level right now where we can run Zulfarak, and it's actually a lot of fun. The higher level you get in Classic, the longer it takes to level, but the more abilities you get to play with, so that's a lot of fun. Or maybe I'll just do some more... I'll see if Ambani's around. I know he's the EU, so he's probably going to be asleep. Maybe I could get my 2s done out of the way. Thank you guys so much for coming by. I'll see you all next time, alright, boys. Peace!
You catch